Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
Audio hardware.
And we're back. Hey, everybody.
What's up? What's up? My neck, dude. So I've been having this neck tightness. When I wake up, my neck's really stiff and my back's a little stiff.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it's just I have no idea what's causing it. Probably my pillows, honestly.
Do you have bad pillows?
I don't do it. I don't know. But it's just it happened. It started like a week or two before I moved. I was just sleeping. I wake up with a stiff neck. It's just gotten worse and worse.
Okay.
So, but I slept on Jazz's pillows one night, and I slept like a rock. And I woke up. I woke up next morning, and I felt great. I was like, I'm still tight. My neck still hurts, and she gave me a really good massage the night before.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just damn, my back just hurts. My neck hurts. So I remember my cousin works at a
chiropractor?
No, fuck the chiropractor. A dispensary, even better. A dispensary in Maplewood.
Okay.
So I drove out there after work, and he recommends this topical, the cream. And I just put it on my neck, my back, and it's been an hour or so, and it doesn't feel fantastic, but it feels better.
Okay.
So, the CBD topicals, they do work. Make you feel minty and stingy.
So is your issue bone structure? Because that would require a chiropractor. Or is it muscle?
Yeah, I think it's muscle. Because
Okay.
it's just it's very tight. My neck and it just feels really tight.
Mm.
It's right around the shoulder blade.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
You don't sleep on your side, do you?
I do. I sleep. I move when I sleep. But I woke up
So do
on my. I woke up on my back. I slept mostly on my back the other night, and I didn't use a pillow, so I tried no pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And I used Jazz's weighted blanket, and I was trying to get up. I was like, "Ow!"
Weighted blankets are great.
Ow! No, they're fantastic. The way you're down just feels so good.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, guy who's clearly a bot trying to promote something that we're not going to be
Go
a part
to
of?
Dog Hype. He actually spelled out .com. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's how I know you're real.
Yeah, right? Well, yeah.
Price is lower than any competitor. How can you compete with free? Meaning your competitor is free there, bozo. It means, are you going to pay me? You don't specify which competitor. That can leave the doors open to everything, which also means not using you at all.
The price
so
is
keep that.
What did he say? Oh, I was just saying, who's this upper Bob? I was like, oh, it's just a Quan. It's just a Quan.
ComeandMeDaddy.com. Where does it go? Site can't be reached. How does no one own ComeandMeDaddy.com? I gotta tell us, my friends.
No, that's gotta be. That should be, you know what it is? That should be the website for Smacking It Raw.
ComeandMeDaddy. Yeah, the site can't be reached.
That's interesting. Oh my god, we have a loaded show today. It is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Okay, is Come and Me Daddy search for XXX videos? How about just comeandmedaddy.com? Yeah, just xnxx.com.
Interesting.
Yeah, good thing this isn't a work computer.
Yeah, right?
Or is it? Ooh.
Hi-oh. So we're covering a lot of shit today. But what we're not going to cover is something that came up on my Bleacher Report about an hour ago from the credible source known as CNBC, because that's not even a jab. CNBC is pretty credible when it comes to wrestling news.
Yeah, when it comes to wrestling, not much else, but definitely wrestling.
So this is the report and you're going to love this, Will. WWE is reportedly in discussions with the states of Colorado and Michigan to legalize gambling on certain matches.
Yo. Not. Well, here's the dude.
Hold on, let me finish reading the report. It said Alex Sherman of CNBC reported WWE is working with the accounting firm of Ernst & Young, EY, if you guys know an accountant, it's called EY, to put procedures into place to ensure match results would not leak to the public. Ernst & Young has regularly...
Yeah, right.
Well, here, Ernst & Young has regularly worked with the Emmys in the past to keep results secret ahead of the award shows.
Yeah, but there's not millions of dollars on the line there, and no one watches the Emmys, so who gives a shit if it's leaked? You can't compare award shows to a fictional. So I guess you can't compare to fictional sports, but like no, dude, no, that's ridiculous.
So it says there's an inherent risk of those results leaking. As a result, and WWE says it plans on withholding match results from wrestlers until hours before the show to ensure results won't get leaked. I mean, that happens already.
I feel like they do that anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
sometimes they do it as a rib.
yeah, well, okay. Are we actually we're talking about this on the show? We're not talking about on the show.
We're not. I didn't have enough time.
Okay, enough time. Okay,
I didn't have time to like really like dive into this.
Me, who used to gamble on wrestling, through I forget the website, but Jersey locked me out. Jersey locked it out completely, regardless. But it was great because I made money on betting on wrestling.
Yeah.
Overall, I won money, so that would be great because it would just be too easy. I would just subscribe to this dude I know on Patreon or whoever he subscribes to now. I'm like, okay, free money, let's do it. Mm-hmm. But here's why you shouldn't. I don't think it's gonna work in the U.S. because, dude, if they're like, that's gonna affect booking. You know what I mean? Like if it's such a high and low underdog, they could just switch the result. The companies, if DraftKings are like, listen, bro, we're gonna lose $30 million in this night if Roman Reigns takes that L. Like, you better here's $10 million in lobbying, a donation to your favorite charity. Whatever the fuck, Susan G. Komen goes October.
Yeah.
Change the result, and people are gonna get fucked out of money. I guarantee that's what's gonna happen. Like you can't have widespread gambling on something that's predetermined because it's predetermined.
So there's more to this article as a report. And Fretch is right with you on that, Will. He goes, we can just change on the fly and say F the betters.
Exactly. And it's just because it's going to save them money. Like, dude, there was this online casino. I heard the story today.
Okay.
Where, like, there was a CEO of a company who had, like, an app that, like, was this online gambling. And he could play. And he had this, quote-unquote, God mode where he could see the other players' cards.
So he was an admin.
Yeah, no, he was the CEO of the company that built the app.
Like in computer, like he's the admin of the app. Yeah.
He had admin. They called it God mode, so he could see all the other cards of the people he was playing with while he was playing and betting for real money.
What an asshole!
Yeah. Oh, here's where I heard it. So that guy, so he got caught. Went to court. Went to court. The lawyer, I think, got him off, and he was the lead prosecutor or lead defenseman for Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX.
Really?
Yeah, same guy.
That guy's got some cred to him.
Yeah, I might have some details and the facts wrong there, but that's the general gist of the whole story, which I think is just hilarious.
That's amazing.
But yeah, that's what would happen if you let Americans gamble on WWE through like a DraftKings, because DraftKings has a monopoly almost.
Well, DraftKings, that's why DraftKings, who they also sponsor with AEW, was double dipping bastards.
Right.
They only do a pool.
Yeah,
they only do a
pool.
How
they do it right now is fine, because if you knew the results, you could still not guaranteed to win money.
Yeah.
Like they're just gonna bet wrestling more, which is like, hey man, if you really want Sammy versus Roman, start betting on it. Literally, because then you'll get it.
So there's more to it. It says overseas sportsbook have long posted WWE odds, but do so at numbers heavily tilted to favor the books and limit the amount bettors can wager on matches. Regulations are significantly looser in some countries outside the U.S., allowing for gambling on an array of fictionalized events. Sports gambling itself is still not legal across all 50 states, despite the landmark 2018 Supreme Court's case that allowed states outside of Nevada to approve sports books. We talk about the DraftKings partnership. And And then they say if WWE is successful in making headway into sports books, it could open up a number of non-traditional gambling avenues. It's possible that that alone will make some states hesitant for approval, as regulatory issues could crop up that do not exist within unfixed sporting events.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also a good point, Fred, because wrestlers can bet on their own matches and go into business for themselves.
No, WWE would just have a.
They would make a rule. They'd make a rule.
It would be in the contract. You were contracted. The NFL can't do that. They do anyway, but they can't.
I mean, the NBA already makes up their own rules and stuff, and anyway, NBA fixes fuck.
Like, dude, it's so like NFL rules are so crazy. They can't play fantasy football.
Which okay.
Even for no money.
I mean, yeah, but it's like that. All right, that may be a
sense.
little bit.
I'm not saying it's stupid. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. You just want to eliminate, the whole Pete Rose thing.
Yeah, like you want to keep the game fair. Like
As
the most important thing
as
football,
possible. Yeah.
The most important thing for any sport is that it's fair, right? People believe that it's fair. Like, yeah, we all knew the NBA was rigged. Duh.
You have to see the Tim Donaghy doc on Netflix.
I know.
It's wild.
They try to rig the NFL, and fans just bitch and moan they just can't get away with it.
No, it's hard to rig the NFL. There's too much data. I've been watching a lot of XFL. I do love the XFL. The XFL's fun as fuck.
I heard it's flopping.
No. Not to me, at least. I also, they can't, here's the thing, they're not going to flop because the NFL's backing them. So the NFL's going to be using them for years to come as a way to test out new rules and shit.
Right, which, that's fine.
Yeah.
But, like, how much is the NFL backing them?
I don't know. But from what I've seen, and I watched the ESPN Plus little doc on it, it's actually, it's pretty good. And you learn a lot about The Rock and his former wife's relationship.
Yeah, because they started it together, right?
Well, it was her idea.
Right.
And apparently she was a pro bodybuilder for like 10 years.
I believe it. I mean, someone crazy athletic and works out a lot also married someone who was crazy athletics and works out a lot. I wonder where they met.
They went up Miami, actually.
Oh.
Because I watch Young Rock, so I know what's wrong. But I didn't know she's like 2 years older than him.
Oh. Good for Rocky, man. Rocky.
Listen, she knows business. And
she got cum gutters.
She knows business. The woman who plays her on Young Rock is fucking gorgeous. But apparently, as the story goes, she called The Rock as like, "Hey, I got this crazy idea. I want to buy the XFL." And he goes, "Yes." He was like, "It's the quickest decision I ever made." Which is kind of nuts. But it's interesting to know what they learned about how to like run like a professional sports league. And they have some pretty interesting tech too that they use for it. But she's the first ever. Mm-hmm. When they did like, so essentially when they finally drafted all the players and stuff, because everything they're doing, like all the teams are in Texas or in Arlington is like their hub, and then they fly out to host cities for their games. But everybody's like training in the same area in Texas. So when they all got there, they had to fill out all this paperwork, but they do like essentially what she called the car wash, where it's like they sign in, they get all their physicals at like a mass production like physicals, and they're testing all their stuff. They had this new technology that's testing their testing for like concussion symptoms and all of that stuff, and then they signed a shit ton of paperwork so that they can become actual employees of the XFL.
Word.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy process, but it was really cool.
Where they play? They play at MetLife?
No, they're in Seattle. Because there's 8 teams. There's a team in Seattle. There's a team in Vegas, Houston, Arlington, DC, Orlando, and I forgot the San Antonio.
None of the major markets.
Except Seattle's a major market on the West Coast, and then I forgot the 8th one.
Is it? Would you consider like Seattle like a San Francisco? I consider San Francisco a main market.
Well, San Francisco you consider like the Bay Area because that also encompasses like Oakland.
Oakland's, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot who's the eighth XFL team. But it's fun.
They do a go for. Is it go for two? That is way better. Now that is way better. Like it's if you create more options, you can create more intrigue. Ricky, I think you're muted. Fred says.
Sorry about that.
God damn it, guys! Say something earlier.
Yeah, seriously. And I thought I had unmuted myself, but I guess it brought me back.
Fred, maybe you muted yourself.
Yeah,
Silly,
right.
you silly goose.
Crazy man, you.
But yeah, no, that is way better. If it's 3-2-1, because it's like if you're up by like 6 points, right?
Yeah.
And there's 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you just scored, or like you decide to do like go for like if you're up by 6 and you're about to give the ball over 1, 2, or 3,
Yeah.
two to get two, the game is pretty much over.
It was like 5 minutes left in the game in the first week, and the team came back from 19 points to win the game, just based on that rule alone.
That's awesome. That is a great rule. Hey,
Yeah.
Can the XFL define a catch? Because I watched the Super Bowl, they couldn't define a catch. They kept
Yeah, the
repeating
XFL
punts.
uses the college rule for possession, so only 1 foot on the ground.
1 foot.
Which team's possession, which I think is what you actually should do, because 2 feet is kind of just very picky. But it's like it's the NFL rules for like getting touched. So if you catch the ball and you fall to the ground, you can still get up and run if you're not touched.
Well, yeah,
Well, in college, it's not like that. If you fall to the ground in college, you cannot go back up.
that's really weird.
That's just the college rule. But one of the best rules is the onside alternative. So let's say you score and you want the ball back. You can either do a traditional onside kick, or you can do a 4th and 15 from like the 35. And if you convert, yeah,
Oh, that's really good.
yeah.
That's really good. That's a great rule too.
And if you convert the 4th to 15, you keep the ball wherever you get the first time.
Wherever it lands.
Yeah,
More people would do that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a great rule too. That's a phenomenal rule.
yeah. And the best thing is you hear all of the commentary, so they mic up at least like they mic the QBs, they mic the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and the head coach. So you hear all the calls.
Interesting.
But you also hear in the huddle. I think the second week there was I think Seattle was playing, and the QB was trying. They went on tape delay after the receiver. The QB was trying to get a call to play, and some dumbass like a receiver or something yelled something while he was calling play. He takes it up. He goes, "Shut the fuck up. Here's the play."
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, it's great, and replay is great too. So the head of officiating is the only replay official. So he's in like a command center watching all the games. There's only 8 teams, so he can watch one game at a time.
Right.
And he's the final rule maker. There's no other person. He has a direct comm to the reps on the field. And he's like, all right. He goes, stop. I'm going to look at this. Look. Okay. Most replays are done within like 2 minutes because he's already looking at the play.
Yeah, dude. NFL replays take forever.
I
It's
know.
like they stretch it out longer so they can get a commercial break in.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, here's the other thing. You'll like this as well. So they limit the coaches challenges to one per game, and you have to have a timeout to use it. But here's also the thing: they are allowed to challenge anything. So that one challenge, they can challenge anything they want.
Ref, your dick's out. Challenge. There it is. Give me 8 points.
It is absolutely crazy. I love the kickoff innovation too.
Those are some really, really good rules.
Yeah, the kickoff one's kind of weird to get used to, but it makes it a lot safer. So like the kicker and the guy receiving the ball are still on the same positions, but the rest of the teams are between the 30 and the 35 on the side of the field closest to the receiver. But the teams cannot move until the ball is caught. And so once the ball is caught, then they can move. So it creates some very interesting strategy.
That's aggressive.
But it's aggressive, but it's also safer. So you don't have anybody running full speed at somebody else.
Dude, I hate the kickoffs. It's just like, dude, if you're just gonna kick it in the end zone, just give them the ball to 30.
Well,
Like,
they XFL thought about that too. You kick it in the end zone like deliberately. I think that they call it they have major and minor touchbacks. So like they'll force. So like the rules are set up that they are forced to kick it to the receiver. It's on punts. It's on punts. If it kicks in the end zone on the punt, it goes to like the 35.
jeez.
Or if they kick it out of bounds, it goes to like the 30 or something like that.
What is it usually? What happens if you kick it in the end zone as a punter?
As a punter in the NFL, it's just a touchback.
In the NFL, it's a touchback. It's a 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the XFL is like, no, fuck that. You have to kick it towards the person.
It makes sense.
yeah.
Right? Because if you're a professional, put on the 1-yard line, pussy. You're so good. I want to see you do that one, Pat McAfee.
Yeah, it's great, and what I love about it too is that the sideline reporters are actual sideline reporters. They literally will run up to you when you're getting off the field and ask you random ass questions.
Why is the sky blue? Quick!
Like
Look
literally,
at the reflection of water.
like literally, someone scored a touchdown, and the sideline reporter ran up to him like in the end zone and was getting his commentary.
Can I join you in your celebration dance? I'll be the bowling ball when you do the pin thing.
By the way, DC has the beer snake, and it's amazing.
Gotta love a beer snake.
They did 2 beer snakes the last game, and they like joined. It went all the way up. Well, because the first game that they did it, the security took it away, so they started throwing lemons on the field. And then they allowed them to do it this time. It was nuts. So
Football fans are crazy.
football. Well, it's DC. It's a very young city in DC. So, but also I was like, who has lemons in their beer in the winter?
Yeah, who's ordering Blue Moon in the winter?
Blue Moon's
No, Blue
orange.
Moon's orange.
Yeah, summer shandies maybe, but like still,
Yeah,
it's
right,
called
it's-
summer shandy.
You got Sam Cold Snap right now, right? Like,
What are you doing, guys? I will say this, BJ's is also good for beer too. They have a lot of good beer at BJ's.
not in Jersey.
Well, yeah, because you guys have that liquor store. Thing.
liquor has to be in a liquor store.
Yeah, whatever. Shit happens. All right.
I did get a shit ton of peanut butter though.
Did you?
Yeah, and the spicy honey, whatever the fuck Jazz ordered, hot honey,
Hot honey?
Mike's hot honey.
Oh, there's a team in St. Louis. Sorry about that. Yeah. Mike's hot honey. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, we should have put on the meatloaf. We forgot.
Honey on meatloaf. Again, also an interesting choice.
Dude, I love meatloaf. She made a damn good meatloaf tonight. I was very proud of her.
Meatloaf. It's not hard. You shouldn't really screw up meatloaf.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to fuck up meatloaf. We put feta on top, which I have found a new love for feta cheese.
Really?
Hot honey is also a good pizza topping. That's correct.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
on fried chicken. Correct.
By the way, Anchor changed their login.
Yeah, it's because Anchor. Did they?
It is now Spotify for podcasters.
Oh, they changed it. They changed it there too.
Yeah. But you can also see how many Spotify followers we have as well now, too.
Do we have to like log in again completely?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I'm going to try to figure this out right now. We don't get logged out of our shit. Which is a pain. Nope, that's wrong. Let's go to... Before we get
Oh,
started.
thank God.
What, it saved for you?
Well, yeah. Well, no, the Gmail. I do my cousin's podcast. I distribute it for her on Anchor because we didn't have anything else set up previously.
Yeah.
So like I created a Gmail for her, but I spelled like her name of the podcast wrong at gmail.com. So like I
Okay.
didn't have access to that Gmail like at all. And then luckily it saved the password, so I can just log in with Gmail and get in there.
Nice.
But if it was like confirm this link, I'd be like, you can go fuck yourself. That's a big problem.
Okay, it looks like we're in.
So it looks like Anchor's dead. I know Spotify bought Anchor like years ago.
Yeah.
So Anchor is no longer a thing. It's just Spotify. Look at Spotify followers.
But there's a whole new infrastructure here.
They're smart. They're smart for doing. They just bought Anchor and took their infrastructure and made it something original. Because like iTunes doesn't have this. This makes Spotify different.
I could give a damn about iTunes.
And it still kind of oh my god, really? And it still kind of tracks other browsers.
Yeah. Okay. We're all still here. Okay. Good. I just want to I'm just trying to see like what this looks like real quick because this wasn't like what it was last time. Oh, you can do you can look at the Q&As and the polls and all this other stuff. Blah blah blah. There's a money tab. Interesting stuff here. Okay. It's still the same framework of uploading stuff as I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, Spotify is trying to do some pretty cool things, but they don't know what to do.
Yeah, I just want to look.
They really don't.
Q&A polls use data to create show listeners will love. So they're doing a lot more metrics here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's still free. But
yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this.
Yeah, dude. Kind of fuck Anchor real quick.
I just want to see what's going on with this. Okay, all right, we're good here. I'll play around this a little bit afterwards. I wish we would have got a heads up that they were changing this shit quickly.
I got an email this morning. It's like, hey, we already did it.
Because it wasn't like this last night when I was prepping the show. It's like, this is totally different. Thank God I kept the credentials on the drive. Alright. What do I need before? Speaking of the show. Okay. Alright. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. At least it works. Yes, Reds, it does work.
So want you. I am rolling the audio.
Let's get it going, baby.
Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, now that the Revolution is over, bring on the Mania. We take a look back at AEW Revolution and begin to seriously move forward with building WrestleMania weekend, which includes some epic promos, several moments that have blurred the lines between reality and fiction, and honestly, it's just been some damn good storytelling in pro wrestling. You know how good it is? It only took one super kick, take that, Young Bucks, for the story to change. So sit back, relax, and strap in. It is Word Life Theory, episode number 331 of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now. Oh, wrestling's really fucking good right now.
Wrestling's been fun, man. Not gonna lie.
Wrestling's
been a damn good time.
Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, live on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all that fun stuff. I am your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Will Tarashok. We are going to have a fun time tonight. There is a lot of things we need to talk about, a lot of world building for WrestleMania, and a lot of blood on AEW, but water is also wet. Will Tarashok, how are you?
Water is very wet, and I thoroughly enjoy BJ's whole. I do enjoy thoroughly BJ's Wholesale Club. I did sign up for 1 year free delivery. It only cost me $100. So
there you go. Congratulations.
Within 7 uses, within 7 weeks, I'll have made my money back.
There you go.
Also, they do delivery through DoorDash, which I find interesting.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. That is kind of Whatever. DoorDash.
Yeah.
DoorDash
No, he
makes
did bring it.
money.
He did bring it right to my door though. So I gave him my because I was on the app and I was like 0 tip. Fuck this. This is stupid. I'm leaving a tip for this guy. This is ridiculous. Yeah. He knocked on my door, like brought it up the stairs and like left it at my doorstep.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. So I gave him cash. Like, here's $10. Go buy your dog.
How many floors up are you?
It's only 2. It's 2 flights.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's.
But I was like, Judas, leave it in the hallway. I'll grab it. He's like, no, I got it. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Listen, he worked
I had to
hard for
tip
that
you now.
tip. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to tip you now. He saw 0. He's like, oh no, oh nay.
No, we're gonna go to the door. I'm gonna see what you
Well,
look
I'm
like.
getting tips.
Oh, that's very true. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. If you guys do like what you hear or see at the moment,
leave us a tip on Patreon.
leave
You
us
can
a
do that,
tip,
right?
leave us a like. You know.
And biggest podcast listeners, GoFundMe. I have debt to pay, motherfucker.
Exactly. Leave us a tip, leave us a like, buy some of our amazing merchandise that happen to be wearing right now. The links to all of that is in the description below. Like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know about how fun this episode is about to be, because it is going to be a pretty fun episode. I will tell you that, because a lot of shit happened. But first, let's go to some really quick news that has happened in the wrestling world since the last time that Will and I got together last Wednesday. For instance, Eddie Kingston might actually be leaving AEW.
I heard storyline. I'm not believing it.
Yeah,
Fake news.
It was just.
It's like, didn't they do this already though? Like, isn't this the 3rd time they're doing this with Eddie Kingston?
I don't
It's like,
know.
oh, he's quitting the company. So I forgot you were there.
The most memorable thing Eddie Kingston did in AEW was when he tried to save Moxley during the barbed wire death match. The exploding barbed wire death match that didn't explode.
Yeah. And his barbs with Punk were really good.
His barbs with Punk are really good. What ruined this potential angle is that they were doing tapings for ROH, because that's still a thing. You know, tapings for a show but doesn't have a TV contract, so they're going to stream it.
Never heard of it.
Exactly. So he was there. He was doing ROH taping, so he clearly didn't leave. He may have quit AEW, but apparently it's just going to be used on ROH, kind of like what they're going to do with Samoa Joe. Spoiler alert: Wardlow won.
Yay!
Yeah. He choked out Samoa Joe, which I thought was very surprising as well. But listen, it got me for a little bit, because I was like, this could be real. I've talked to Eddie Kingston. I've interviewed the man. Great guy. Eddie Kingston, the character, wild man, unpredictable. That's what people love about him.
K. Murphy has internet.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean,
Now look at the face of that guy. It's like, I'll coach your internet. What are you gonna do?
you got your internet. I'm gonna take it out for you. So yeah, no, Eddie Kingston's gonna be on ROH, but it was really good blurring of the lines if the cat wasn't already out of the bag to begin with. Moving on, King of the Ring is back, where we got our names.
No, it's King and Queen of the Ring, which is the dumbest name since Great Balls of Fire.
No, Great Balls of Fire is a horrible name.
King and Queen of the Ring is just it's too much of a mouthful.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I love the logo. I was like, well, damn.
Hey, dude, just call it King of the Ring. We know what you mean. The logo looks great.
I wish you would.
thing is, like,
I wish you would have
King
came up
would
with that
fit better.
logo.
Yeah, it was just. I wish it was just King Ricky of the Ring. How about that? Like Christ, wrestling royalty was right there.
But for a pay-per-view, like, I'm going to wrestling royalty. Like, I don't know.
I'm going to King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, the and does kind of rough it up a little bit
Like, dude,
promo-wise.
just call it King of the Ring. Like, we know what you mean.
Yeah, they can't call it Kings of the Ring.
The internet would have been mad for 4 seconds. Trump would have did a toilet tweet and would have been over.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, it's better than what's going on, Big Hearse. I do like it calling it Queen of the Ring instead of Queen's Crown. Queen's Crown was a good start, but Queen of the Ring is better. I like it. Anywho, the big thing about it is it's going to be Saturday, May 27th in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, because, you know, you got to do something with Saudi Arabia. They're still under contract for how long? 3 more years?
3 or 4, and then they might buy the company. So it's that. Then that's going to get extended, like for sure.
Maybe.
There's too much blood money to be made. I mean, oil money to be made there.
We don't even know how much money is there. I've been starting to see, like, advertisements for the public investment fund on, like, my Chromecast for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, you gonna invest in Saudi Arabia? I didn't know you could do that.
No. It's their money thing that they're using to, you know, do the Live Golf tournament and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
May
yeah.
does have a ton of events, Big Hurst, because King of the Ring is not the only thing that got announced at the beginning of May. May 6th, Cinco de Mayo weekend, WWE Backlash, and guess where it's at, Will?
Oh, is it in New York?
Incorrect.
Thank God.
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Oh, word. Dope.
Yes, and they have a special guest host. It's going to take you
Oh,
to.
Bad Bunny, right?
Yep,
Bad Bunny or
that
something?
bad man, Bad Bunny is.
Oi.
That's a good Bad Bunny. Oi. Bad Bunny is going to be hosting Backlash. It's finally no longer WrestleMania Backlash. Thank God.
Bad Bunny, yo. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank God. What's really interesting about this, I know you didn't watch the Survivor Series press conference when Issa was on, right?
Correct.
Okay, so Issa was on. She was the last question. She asked Triple H. She's like, WWE's doing a lot of global market stuff. Is there any markets that you want to go to? Blah, 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 including like Puerto Rico, because sometimes Issa goes back home to Puerto Rico a good amount of time. And Triple H.
Yeah, she's there a lot.
Triple H was like, we want to go anywhere. Everybody wants us. We want to go there. You know what it is. Blah, blah. And then he's like, but so be on the lookout for stuff. Place we go. And he distinctly said during Survivor Series presser, be on the lookout for Puerto Rico. So
Dude,
they were
we
planning to go to Puerto
have
Rico.
Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Like there's real life beef between them too.
If you want Logan Paul to die.
That would be an amazing. I hope he's just a special guest referee for that. Like, that would be the greatest match in the history of pro wrestling. Only because Issa would be the special guest ref and like kick Logan Paul in the dick and disqualify him.
That's only if Issa would not try to become a member of the Bloodline.
Yeah.
So and now that they announced Backlash in May, let's look at this WWE schedule going through September. So start at the beginning of the year. San Antonio was Rumble. Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Elimination Chamber. Clearly Los Angeles, Hollywood for WrestleMania. Then we're going to Puerto Rico for Backlash. Then we're going to Saudi Arabia for King and Queen of the Ring. After that, the O2 Arena in London for Money in the Bank. After that, Detroit, Michigan for SummerSlam.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Except Detroit.
Except for Detroit. Like, Detroit's the low one on the totem pole, and they get SummerSlam, the second biggest show of the year. But that's crazy. Like, there's clearly a plan here, and they're really trying to put the world in World Wrestling Entertainment, and that is just...
Not the world's open again. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, might as well.
But
right?
that's aggressive. I love it. I love the aggressiveness of it. It is
Yeah.
absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's nice to have a world champion, not just a Chicago champion.
Yeah.
A Chicago 3 times a year, like 6 to 8 dozen times a year champion.
You literally have to defend around the world, and I love it. They're finally really going into the whole world wrestling entertainment portion of it.
All around the world, just so you heard.
It's cool. I mean, and it's not like they're not going to sell out. I mean, the O2 Arena for Money in the Bank sold out in under like 5 minutes.
Those bastards.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's going to be such a fun show. I just wish I was there.
Yeah, one day.
One day. I might go to the UK and just never return. They just seem like my kind of people. They watch sports, they drink beer, they chill the fuck out. This sounds amazing. They sing songs. It's great.
Well, depending on parts, do they like black people over there? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Any more than here or less than here?
Yeah, I don't know if there's that much of a difference.
Hey, well, no, dude. As long as you're not Middle Eastern, they're gonna love you over there. They have a big problem with Middle Easterns over there.
It's weird. I mean, I got to figure out where like the United Kingdom or the Empire of England didn't go. So like, there's people from everywhere in the UK.
True, they did. Queen Elizabeth did colonize like 80% of the globe.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time.
You'll forget that when she died. Like, she used to own 80% of the world.
There was, and they're still kind of under the same, like, the Queen is still recognized, or the royal family is still recognized in a lot of those countries too.
They're still having revolts.
Yeah, yeah. There was a time, and this is totally not wrestling related, but there was a time where literally the sun never set on the British Empire.
Yeah, pretty nuts, right?
Yeah, that's
But I
my
forget
God.
what country it was. It was a country in South America, I think, or Central America. Don't quote me. That was like just within the past few years, like had to vote to like not use Queen's Law anymore.
It's in like
It was like El Salvador or something.
it's
It's
in like
totally not El
Central
Salvador.
America or the Caribbean somewhere.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it might have been one of the Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally just they had to like, fight and vote to like not recognize. Remember Prince Harry and her boy toy went there, her girl, whatever her name was, Megan. They
You mean
both
his
went
wife?
there. Yeah, his wife. Yeah, boy toy. They both went to that island and like they got booed off the islands. Like they had to leave.
I do not remember that.
It was recently.
I
It
don't
was
follow the
recently.
royal family. Like
I don't either. I just thought it was hilarious. That's the one thing I heard from them.
oh no, I watched the doc. The doc was great in my opinion. But let's move on. Let's continue.
Watch
with
their South
wrestling.
Park episode.
Yes. And now let's go to what Cody Rhodes referred to as his little indie show known as AEW, which damn Cody, that was rough.
What a backhanded compliment. He's like, I get what he was saying is at the time it was a little indie show, and now it's an indie show.
It's an indie show, yeah. And that's what
It's a really good indie show, though.
with TV. Yeah. AEW
From what
Revolution.
I hear.
Yeah, AEW Revolution. You probably did not watch this yet, did you?
No, I did
Okay.
not.
So I'll give you a synopsis. It was a good show. I'd give it at max a solid 8. Lo and behold, MJF won because who didn't think that was going to happen? And the first half of that match, the Iron Man match in and of itself, was exactly what you thought it was going to be. A lot of chain wrestling, a lot of rests, a lot of MJF taking breaks. They ramped it up a little bit. It was good. It was solid. MJF looks amazing. He got very cut and very lean.
I heard they
for
also
this
went
match.
to overtime, which I was just like, of course they
Yeah,
did.
they went to overtime. Although it was
It's like, yeah, of course they did.
yeah, they went to overtime, and actually MJF made Bryan tap out,
Yeah, he's been doing that in his whole time in AEW.
which is
He probably taps out in bed too.
Brie yells Primo.
She yells before she comes. Primo! No!
I can
Yes,
definitely see him.
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
How's no one done a parody of that yet? It's
Brody walks in, not again.
So it was the Iron Man match was actually pretty good. It was just a lot of stuff it was typical. I wasn't really invested because I probably just don't watch AEW as much. What MJF got somewhat of some heat for because he's a heel. So he went into the crowd. I don't know if you've seen this video yet. He went into the crowd. He threw like a trash can around. So there's an African American lady or a black lady, and who's standing up while MJF's walking by her, and she has a cup of clear liquid. We're assuming it's water. Okay.
It's Sierra Mist.
Maybe.
It's
It's not
a
Sierra
plant.
Mist anymore. It's Starry now. It's Starry. There's no more Sierra
What?
Mist. Yeah, Sierra Mist is gone. They changed it to Starry.
I heard Starry, but I didn't know that was Sierra Mist.
That's
Dude, I
the
used to
Sierra Mist
love Sierra-
replacement.
I used to love Sierra Mist, and then it made taste like 7-Up. I never drank it again.
Well,
Like 10 years ago.
So whatever.
Disgusting.
He took the clear liquid and literally poured it on what everybody assumed was her young, like less than 10-year-old son.
Nice.
And I was like, ooh, I don't know. I was like, I get it, but I was like, ooh, from an optics perspective, that looks kind of rough.
Definitely a plant.
Well, no, not a plant, apparently. I'm surprised that mother didn't turn that into a triple threat match and start attacking MJF.
I'm like, motherfucker, I gotta take this kid home wet now? You fucking kidding me?
From what I read, and I don't know if it's true or not, Tony Khan and company did take care of a child, gave him some tickets, blah, 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 brought him backstage, met his favorite wrestler and all that stuff. So all's well that ends well, I guess. By the time I was like, ooh, well, I don't know. Like, it's one thing when you have someone who takes, like, I compare it to when Sasha took Izzy's headband.
Yeah, but people know who Izzy is, right? This is
Yeah.
a stranger.
Yeah,
But then again, dude, that kid's gonna remember that forever.
Yeah, some white guy
That kid is
poured
gonna beat
water
him at
on me.
WrestleMania and be a fan forever.
He's gonna debut and turn on MJF.
Yeah, dude, that kid's gonna watch that clip and be like, "Yeah, that's me."
That's a long-term story. MJF threw water on me, and ever since then, it's been my lifelong mission to get revenge on him and end his
Like, how does the
career.
kid feel? I bet he feels great.
I don't know. They panned the camera away from the kid really quickly. So So,
Of course.
so I don't know.
It's a fucking kid. Yeah, no, optically, yeah, you should no, don't do it to a kid.
Yeah.
Like in all seriousness, dude, if you're gonna get heat, like, don't assault a child. That's technically assault.
Yeah, like I
That's
said, it's
technically
one
assault.
thing to take like a headband or something, and that's even that was kind of like pretty extreme at the time. But like to pour a liquid on another person, especially a child, looks
Oh, if it's
bad.
an adult, fucking
Yeah,
go
if it's an
for
adult,
it.
go
Great.
for it. Yeah,
Yeah, but if it's a 10-year-old kid or
less than 10, I'm assuming. Yeah,
like,
he looked
come on,
really young.
dude.
Yeah, I was like,
Come on, dude.
ew, MJF. Other things that happened in the show
Been great in the 90s though.
in ECW, yeah. Other things that happened on the show. This is more of a gimmicky show than I thought. Ricky Starks was one of three regular wrestling matches on the show. Ricky Starks beat Jericho. Jungle Boy Jack Perry beat Christian Cage in what was a casket match, apparently.
Interesting.
And it was really funny. So once soon as he closed the lid, the casket dropped out of visual. So it was like a trap door,
Interesting.
which is a crazy casket match buried alive. The Elite lost to Aleister Black and Company.
Cool.
So they dropped. The Gun Club won the Fatal 4-Way tag title, thank God. And then they were mic checks by FTR. FTR is back. And some nice new shirts. Wardlow beat Samoa Joe to win the TNT title. Jamie Hayter retained in the triple threat. Hangman Page actually won. He tapped out Moxley in the Texas Death Match.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. And I think that was pretty much it. My issue with this, it was House of Black. Thank you, Frets. My issue with this show was that it was a lot of gimmicks, a lot of extreme gimmicks. So by the time I got to the Iron Man match, I was like, I've seen enough of the gimmicks, and I've seen enough blood. Everybody bled.
Yeah.
There was a bleeding spot in every match. I mean, the Texas Death Match, of course you're gonna bleed. Moxley was literally stabbing Hangman with a fork. Okay. The gimmicks were too much, so the amount of blood, like even one of the members of FTR bled, and that was during a run-in. Why are you bleeding during a run-in? Christian Cage bled in a casket match. Everybody was bleeding. Like everybody was bleeding, and it really kind of took away from the experience, and I also feel like everybody used weapons. So it was just like there's time and place, but if it sullies everything and kind of just it felt like there was a lot of overuse of the same spots at the same moments.
I get that.
Yeah.
AEW is more spectacle than storytelling.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but they're really good at spectacle. I asked my friend at work.
Yeah, they are really good at spectacle. Yeah.
I was like, how was Revolution? She said it was fucking awesome. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, good.
Yeah.
Glad to
No,
hear.
it was like spectacle wise. Yes, it is a spectacle. They did a
Yeah,
good
the
numbers.
show's not great at storytelling.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gaga, as Pat Patterson would call it.
Yeah, they're
Which is exactly why I loved ECW, but there's a reason why ECW was a highlight show. Like an ECW
pretty
pay-per-view can be a little difficult to get through sometimes.
Yeah. What I did like about it is that a lot of the people that really helped to start AEW started at essentially were doing the job for young kids. Ricky Starks won, Hayter retained,
Yep.
Hangman Adam
MJF.
Page, MJF. I mean Brian tapped out MJF. Hangman Adam Page tapped out Moxley, which like how did Moxley tapped out during a death match? That's his thing. Like that's a sign. And Samoa Joe was choked out as well. So I think that's a sign for them going in the right direction. They now really trust that younger talent to really start to move the show. I hope one can only wait and see. But if you do get a chance, it's a good show. Like I said, it's spectacle. A lot of interesting spots. The crowd's great. The crowd is really on fire. And so I'm very surprised.
Where were they? What town were they in?
San Francisco.
That's right.
Where the Warriors play.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a great arena. Very great arena.
You mean not the Cow Palace?
Not the not the Cow Palace. It is a missed opportunity to not do the Cow Palace. You're absolutely correct. But yeah, no, it was good. It was just like too much blood, guys. Like, come on, we could like give me a little bit more substance. Stop going to the same spots.
Yeah, dude, pick your spots.
Pick your spots for blood.
Less is more.
Yeah. Before we get into Raw, here's a picture of Vince McMahon who looks like an 80s cocaine dealer because Vince McMahon was...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that face. How do you feel about that, Will?
God, he looks like he eats ass. Like now. He has a nice haircut. He kind of looks younger.
Yeah.
With the shades, honestly, dude, I feel that's what my dad's gonna look like when he's 80.
Well,
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I should save a picture of this.
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna look like Triple H.
Apparently, this got everybody up in a tussle because Vince McMahon was backstage at Raw because he fucking can. He literally still owns the company.
Yeah, it's his company. He's probably there every week.
Yeah, no, apparently he was there just to see Cena because Cena was in Boston. And it was a really good Raw, but everybody got on to like, oh, he's doing creative. Like, no, he's not.
No, he is, but he's not.
With that mustache, he might be taking over creative. Actually,
Dude, he's like a hat. He's a Mets head away from being Bobby Valentine after he got ejected from a video game, ejected from the game.
Oh my god, I remember that. I remember that.
He put a hat on, shades, like a fake mustache, and came back into the dugout.
And he got thrown out again.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
He got thrown out again.
Yeah, he threw him out again. He got suspended. That's what Vince McMahon looks like. Like, dude, he's definitely okay. He's not directly involved in creative, but he owns the company, and Triple H is his family. He talks to him about creative probably every single day.
All the fucking time. I mean,
yeah,
he's not talking to Linda.
No, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely involved in creative. Does he have final say? Probably not.
No.
But he owns the company. His word still carries weight, and it's his company. He's definitely making suggestions.
Yeah. Yeah, of course he is. It's been his company since he didn't have a mustache.
Which was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
At which point in time, it was still his company.
This could be the reason why everybody was pretty much on their P's and Q's during Raw, because Raw was fucking amazing. It was like, oh my god, Daddy Vince is home, we gotta act right. And boy, did they act right. Let's start with
Raw was on fire.
Yeah, let's start with what was the end of Raw. Jey Uso, will he or won't he? Jey Uso was literally one face paint away from being Sting in the Raptors from '98 for the last like 4 weeks. Okay,
pretty much. He was missing Macho Man sitting out there for no reason with him.
Yeah, will he or won't he? He leaves Jimmy high and dry. Doesn't really hug him. He's literally tearing at his heartstrings. He goes to Sammy. He hugs it out with Sammy. The place goes nuts. And then he kicks Sammy in the fucking face.
Dude, the how long he waited between, like, the finger up and the kick felt like an eternity.
Beautiful.
He just stretched it out. I was just waiting for that lower third graphic. Stretched it out, and pop!
If you really watching, you could see it from a mile away. He was setting up that kick.
Yeah, he waited for it though. He took the moment in and then popped him.
Yeah.
I almost cut the audio for the pop when he kicked him because that was like a
yeah.
moment.
Yeah. See, Young Bucks, it only takes one super kick for the story to change.
Boston as a crowd got really tired towards the end of the show, and like
this
the match
brought
didn't
them
get much
back
for
up.
pop.
Yeah.
The women's segment with Trish and Lita was dead. And then that kick, that crowd went nuts.
Here's my thing. How many times is Sami Zayn going to get betrayed in his wrestling career? Everybody turns on this man.
Yeah, he's an idiot. What did you think was going to happen? Have you not watched wrestling before? I thought you were a fan.
I love they probably blurred it out, or they probably bleeped it while you watched Hulu Raw.
No, they didn't.
He screamed.
It's family shit.
Oh, that still got through?
Yeah, because it was off mic technically.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, this is family shit. It was great. I mean, I could have seen it coming. So congratulations to everybody. Sami Zayn's going to be in the main event against the Usos at Mania. Just not.
The question now is how does he win over Kevin?
I don't know. There was a little thing backstage where
I saw that too. Kevin was just like, "Dude, just go away."
Well, no. After that, when there's a segment where Elias and Rick Boogs were talking, and in the background you saw Cody talking to Kevin Owens.
Interesting.
Yes. And by the way, if you really want to truly main event WrestleMania, you don't have the actual main eventer come and save you after you've got your head kicked in again. There's a difference in placement, folks. But it's great. It's great. The story continues. Fretz, I really hope you didn't. I hope you didn't cry at this moment. You should have seen this coming, Fretz. For as long as you watch wrestling, you should have seen
Yeah,
the betrayal.
Fred's like, you don't watch our show? Like, come on now.
But all that being said, it is just broken in, Will, that Jey Uso is now officially an Oscar nominee.
I did see this. That was really funny. Yeah, dude. I mean, he's had great performances this whole year.
Yeah.
And last year too. Like he's really, like the main event of WrestleMania really is Sammy and Jey Uso. It is Jimmy and Kevin are kind of there.
Yeah, night one. Let's keep,
yeah, of course.
Let's keep it intact for us. But let's move on.
It better be.
Yeah. Everything and I saw some great tickets for WrestleMania, like a combo ticket. I was like, ooh, maybe. But it's almost way too late for me to make that jump to go all the way to LA.
That flight's gonna be at least $1,000.
I know, but I saw a combo ticket for $600. I was like, oh, yeah, exactly.
Next week is Philly. Next year is
Philly.
Philly.
Next year's Philly.
Next year is Philly.
It sucks because it was like it's club level too. It's like the club seating.
I'll stop talking. Next slide.
I know. Yeah, there was a lot of WrestleMania building this week between SmackDown and especially on Raw. And let's go to SmackDown with the promo that this main event needed between Roman and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it was fine. It was good.
Good masterclass. I love how Roman goes. So, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, Roman's again with timing. Roman took his time. His whole, he told me about you, and he waited like what felt like 2 minutes. Then they just nothing.
He did a good Dusty impersonation.
He did do a good Dusty, which was surprising. He did a pretty good. He did do a pretty good Dusty.
Good. It was good. It was poignant. He really took jabs at Cody. Cody went right back at him and defended himself. It was perfect. I love this visual that we see here. Roman with the spring in the air, Cody, like, Roman kind of just, the laid-back champion but doesn't give a shit, and Cody is clearly, essentially, when you look at it, seemingly overdressed. Like, he really wants to play the part. But it was a good back and forth. Again, I don't know why he called AEW his little indie show. I was like, that's...
Because he can't call it AEW, and Meltzer called it a little indie show. More of a jab at Meltzer than anything else.
Probably.
And now Meltzer's over here like taking credit. I made this happen.
Yeah, right. Which is funny because MJF did take a pop at Meltzer during the Iron Man match. He was like, "Oh, am I going to lose a star for Miss Meltzer?" Because it's after he threw the water on the child. He's like, "I'm going to lose a star for Miss Meltzer."
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
It was really funny, but it was good. It really did a lot for both people, and it really set the stakes for this main event, which I am very excited for. This main event, the stories are put in place very well, and it's two characters that people believe in, which is good. On the contrary, there was a funeral or a eulogy that was held on Raw, and the guy doing the eulogy was John Cena,
boop, boop, boop.
Who annihilated Austin Theory. He doesn't.
He hasn't aged too gracefully.
No, he has not. And he didn't even do roids that we know of.
Yeah, stop.
I said that we know of.
Oh, we know.
That we know of. I watched this promo live. Number one, the pop he got was unreal, which you should have expected because he was in Boston.
Yeah, he's in Boston.
The pop he got was unreal, but like I was like, wow. The more I looked at the people who showed up on Raw that day and the pops they were getting, I was like, wow, Sammy's pops don't really seem that great anymore. That's another topic for another time. And then Theory came out. They didn't even give John Cena time to speak. And
yeah, Theory came out immediately.
Yeah, which I was like, okay.
He's
I was like, okay,
fuck your
good.
promo.
I was like, okay, good.
your
I like where it's going. This is great. And then John Cena just decided to destroy the person and the character in one foul swoop. And I literally
the problem
tweeted
is
it.
though, like he's kind of right.
But here's the thing. I tweeted this. I was like, John, he's just a boy. Don't do this to him.
He's just a boy.
It's like he's just a little kid. It's not the fact about whether he's true or not. as much as I enjoyed this evisceration of Austin Theory, I think it went too far. And I will go on record in saying this. John Cena, the character, is a fucking asshole. John Cena, the character in Wrestler, is an asshole. John Cena, the character in Total Bellas, was a complete asshole. John Cena, the character in Total Divas, is a huge douchebag. John Cena, the person, Make-A-Wish John Cena, amazing guy. Would love to be his friend. But the rest of the John Cenas, go fuck himself. This promo ran the typical John Cena formula, as I'm going to degrade my opponent and make myself seem like the high and mighty good guy, degrade him, knock him down, and when I beat him, or either he beats me, then I'm going to give him all the praise he deserves. The only problem is, the damage is already done with Theory. The damage is done with Theory. There's a difference between that promo and the promo that Cody and Roman did. Cody and Roman did a promo where they were kind of really taking jabs at their character. It was a little bit of blurring the lines, but it was more so, why are you formidable or why are you not formidable? The difference with Cody and Roman and this one with John Cena and Austin Theory, John Cena said, you're not formidable and you're not in my league, which is great. But then I think he took a step too far, which I think does nothing for Theory, when he said, I don't care, the fans don't care, and you don't care.
That's the thing where it's just not accurate.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of this promo that this wasn't true. Like, Theory has the heart. Sure, he does. He has the opportunities. It's like, I was kind of watching his promo. It's like, no, that's not, I don't believe this. I'm a big Theory fan.
Yeah.
Do the fans care? That's debatable, depending who you ask. Honestly, not really, for the most part. Do they pipe in crowd noise? Probably. They do that a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing that was so true is, he's like, I'm going to beat you and you're going to be nothing. Because it's like, well, that happened to everybody you beat at WrestleMania. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Happened to Rusev, happened to Bray Wyatt. It happens to pretty much everybody.
You know.
So that part, I was like, yeah, it's true. It's like, or you're going to win and come out, nothing's going to happen with it. He's like, oh, you're going to win, and then I'm going to be gone, and you can't really build off of it. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of true.
But that's like, also the issue.
Theory in this match
then why is he doing this match?
Why do the match?
Yeah,
Like, why'd you book this match then? Because that part's very true. Like, losing to John Cena does nothing for him. It ruins his career. Beating John Cena also now kind of does nothing for him. It's kind of right.
Yeah, it does absolutely nothing for him. And this Will is the burial of Austin Theory, front and center. And people will compare this, because I know I'm going to get in front of this. People are going to compare this to when John Cena eviscerated Roman Reigns. Remember that moment?
Yeah, that's true.
And do you know what Roman had to do? I'll give you the timeline of Roman Reigns after that Cena promo and match. Roman got cancer again, came back from said cancer, beat Baron Corbin at WrestleMania, a person who John Cena had a hand in literally destroying his potential as well. You had a pandemic hit, which Roman could not perform because, of course, he had cancer and had, autoimmune,
complete liability.
He comes back from said pandemic, has to join with Paul Heyman and totally revamp his character to get over the John Cena issue, because he was dead in the water after that.
He was dead in the water before and during that too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that John Cena didn't do any favors.
Yeah.
It made us. John Cena's like, oh, I'm gonna get cheered.
Yeah. There's a difference when John.
To be fair though, John Cena did come back and get his ass whooped at SummerSlam though.
Fair. That's fine. But that was after Roman had, again, revamp his whole character, join up with Paul Heyman, all of that stuff. There's a difference when it's John Cena going against a young talent who he clearly should be elevating, but yet he's taken down. Because when John Cena does this to somebody like The Rock or AJ Styles, they work out scot-free because they're already established. And you can try to belittle The Rock, AJ Styles, people of that stature if you're John Cena, but I don't think you should be going so seriously hard and saying, like, no one cares about you to someone who's clearly the future of the company.
At least he didn't take an AA.
You're correct. You're correct.
That would have been a little... He just introduced Cody Rhodes, and I don't know what happened after that.
That was... Yeah, he goes... But here's somebody who is ready for the spot, and Cody, he goes from totally saying you're not ready, but Cody's ready. So Cody's winning at Mania, by the way. Look at that face. Look at that face by Cody. He's so happy.
Yeah, and Cena's just like, oh, my dick is so hard right now. Cena's like, God, I felt so good as to bury this fucking kid and put over the new pony boy.
I just want to know if anybody's actually checked up on Austin Theory after that promo because it was, whew, that was I've never seen something so bad.
And Theory did not cut a good promo. He was like, yeah, your hairline though.
Can you blame him?
Yeah, what was he gonna say? What was he gonna say? What do you got, dude? What do you got?
There's nothing he could have said to get himself out of there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's Cody because he's totally better than you." Which Cody might be, but damn, it was like a double whammy. I was like, "There's no coming back for Theory for this. There's nothing he can do."
Yeah, that was rough, dude. And Theory's been on a really good run too.
That's the shame. Like, this is the Theory that I loved in Evolve. He was doing really well, and so when he's like, "No one cares," it's like, I don't know. I cared a lot.
He doesn't care. He's really. You can't say Theory doesn't care. He's found his character.
Like, he cares. Yeah.
His character isn't I don't care. His character is I'm the best. Now let me kind of show it in a shitty way.
Yeah, it's Hollywood Rock.
Yeah. Pretty much. He's also like he's a little bit of Cena. He's a little bit of Randy Orton. He's a little bit of Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, Austin Theory learned a valuable lesson, and that lesson is don't meet your heroes.
Yeah, he didn't have any good responses, which was a big problem.
Again, how can you?
At that point, you should have
walked or just punch him in the face. Fuck it.
Yeah, just punch him in the face.
Fuck it. What do you have to lose? Your character's done. I'm just like,
Yeah.
your character's done. What do you have to lose? Cody is on a meteoric rise now because he's now got the John Cena approval.
Do we see John Cena again before Mania?
Maybe, but not on Raw. But maybe like video packages.
So then what does Theory do now for the next 3 weeks?
It's gonna be rough for Theory. I think it's really gonna be rough for him. Like,
dude, it's gonna be hard for him to carry a feud by himself.
It's gonna be hard for him to even show up to Raw. You know, like any momentum that he may have had challenging Cena and all of it, I think it's all gone.
He's gonna beat him though.
No, he is gonna beat him, but the problem is it doesn't matter. Cena's already said it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
And that's where I think Cena kind of really aggressively crossed the line with him. But hey, we'll see what happens in 25 days. It's like 20, give or take 25 days. Moving on, more world building for WrestleMania. Logan Paul punched the shit out of Seth, and Seth sold it like $1 million. I'm ready for this.
Crowd was really hot for this too. They did not like Logan Paul.
No, not many people do.
They piped on the mics for the "fuck you, Logan" chants.
They're like, it's 2 months to censor. But I do love it. I wanted to try Logan Paul's drink. I heard it's really good. The Pride.
I heard it's good.
Yeah, I heard it's like body armor.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I'm here with. I like Logan Paul's stance. He's clearly gotten better on the microphone.
He has. He's gotten better at crowd work too.
Yeah, I was like, oh, thank God you're getting better, Logan.
Dude, I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan of him in wrestling too. Like in wrestling,
I'm kind of turning into a fan of him in general. Just like as an entrepreneur, and I hate the term influencer, but like he's not a great businessman.
I think he's more than an influencer. I think he's just an entrepreneur.
I like him as a boxer. He's an entrepreneur. You know, he's got a few scandals under his hat, but
yeah,
who doesn't?
Yeah.
At this point,
Jake Paul's a better boxer, which you wouldn't know about because he just lost to Tommy Fury. But
Jake Paul is a better boxer though.
Yeah, but no, this is going to be great. Like, I love his work. Seth is over like Rover. That crowd was so hot for Seth.
Dude, so is Logan though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
this match is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, so nuts. I can't wait to see what they pull off. This might be the match of the weekend at WrestleMania above everything.
So many Spanish flies.
It's going to be a perpetual spin in the air.
Yeah, right. They're gonna go into orbit.
Just go all around the stadium.
you know that move in Blades of Glory, where, like it's the head cut off.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do that move, like the spinning White Lotus. They're gonna do that move
the entire time. Oh my God. Also, speaking of world building, Trish is back because
yay!
I'm fine. Listen, anytime I can see Trish on TV, it is a good day. But
dude, I totally forgot she was retired.
Yeah, she comes back randomly. She's probably bored. And plus,
You-
have you seen Trish lately? Like, looks like she can still go.
she looks gorgeous. She's the Jennifer Lopez of wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, she is. But the show stealer of the segment was Bailey's pants.
Yeah.
I almost
Betty looked really good last
I
night.
almost
the other
texted
night.
you. I almost texted you. I was like, "Well, you got to see this."
I looked up. Don't you worry. Bailey looked roll tide over there.
But honestly, this is kind of. I mean, if we're not going to get Bailey and Becky, which we are going to get Bailey and Becky, it's going to be in a 6-woman tag, which is fine. You get the WrestleMania always has some sort of legend spot. This is the legend spot.
Yeah, this better than the alternative.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. I like it. Lita goes in as tag champ, which is really cool for her. Because Lita's been a pretty big advocate of women's wrestling. She's the one who debuted
Women's
the
title.
women's title at WrestleMania 32.
Yeah.
So good for her. I'm glad she's still doing something. And like I think we said it last week or a couple weeks ago, Lita can look old as hell, but that moonsault will always be pretty.
Yeah.
That moonsault is a getter. So that's good. I mean, I'm getting more excited for WrestleMania just after this one Raw. And because also, yeah, Edge and Finn are also going to be a thing.
Yay.
Here's where I think they're going to ramp it up. I think we're going to get Brood Edge versus Demon Finn.
Probably.
And the entrances are probably going to supersede the match, but I'm all here for it.
Yeah, I mean, does it need a gimmick?
No, I think it's a straight match.
Okay.
I think
Alright, that's fine.
I think the spectacle of Edge and Finn are the entrances.
Dude, the commentary kept trying to build up Finn Balor, and then he got rolled up, and I was like, "Wow, this guy sucks.
Listen.
This guy can't fucking buy a win."
Well, it's really funny because that was him and John. Him and Johnny had the feud from NXT. Remember?
I forgot honestly until I mentioned it.
Finn did the craziest fake turn ever, where he did the bicycle kick on Johnny's head.
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
That was pretty rocking.
Yeah, everybody thought Finn had joined Undisputed, but he just hated Johnny Gargano, which is good. But I like Edge and Finn. Again, this is another Mania match we also didn't get to talk about, but they are really, really slow burning Dom and Ray.
They are. They're doing a really good job.
Yeah, I love how Ray refuses to lay hands on his son. I love
It's like,
that story.
What's gonna do it?
What's gonna
Dom,
take?
Dom has to like tie up his sister.
I think he's gonna. I think if I were writing it and if they were okay with it, I think he has to hit Angie.
The mom.
Yeah.
Oof.
No, it's aggressive. It's aggressive, but that might be it. Or what's Vicky Guerrero doing?
She's under contract with AEW.
Shit, because that would have been my ace in the hole.
Yeah, that would have been good.
I would have brought back Vicky.
Vicky manages Dom.
That would be great. That would be great. Listen, anytime I can see Vicky Guerrero, and if you guys have never met Vicky Guerrero, whenever you get a chance to meet Vicky Guerrero. She's an amazing person.
I hope one day in wrestling, Dominic Mysterio beats the ever-living fuck out of Chavo Guerrero. I just want him to beat up Chavo, be like, he's my family!
Chavo. Ooh, Chavo.
Ooh, Chavo!
Horrible, horrible. So let's move over to NXT as we start to wrap up the show. So, interesting thing happened in NXT. So we had Miko Satomura going for the NXT Women's Title against
Is this real? What actually happens?
against Roxanne Perez. So here's the thing: I was watching NXT and I was also prepping for the show, and I was watching the match, and I literally, because I have a DVR as part of my cable package, I had to rewind it. And here's the thing: I don't know. Because I watched the last 5 minutes of the match like 2 times or so to see like where did she get hit, where is she injured. Like I looked for like when the ref went to her, did she like low key like pinch his wrist or something like that to be like I'm okay. And I saw none of that, and we still don't know. WWE hasn't reported anything. I'm hoping it's storyline.
Yeah, obviously I hope it's storyline.
Yeah.
Because we've seen this a lot, dude. Like, a lot in the past year. Just all over the world. Athletes are just randomly collapsing.
Yeah, so if this is storyline, it's a bold choice. It's a very bold choice, especially after the Damar Hamlin incident in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's a very, very bold choice, and it was like, what was interesting to me is that no ref put up the X. You saw Miko Satomura crying in the corner. Booker T left commentary to get into the ring. So if this is a work,
It worked.
it worked.
It worked.
It worked. It's still, for me personally, it's still very concerning because, like you said, we've seen this a lot in the past year in wrestling of athletes.
So I read an article. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just realizing how funny this is now from Fox News.
Okay, here come the jokes.
About what happens, and they didn't disclose whether this was like sometimes they'll put it's part of storyline.
Yeah.
They didn't say whether it was or wasn't. And I was just like, well, it's Fox News. Nothing you say is true. so I don't know. I was like, I literally closed the article. I was like, well, this wasn't helpful.
It's very true.
So CNBC is accurate on wrestling news. Fox News is still inaccurate.
What was interesting about this was that, in the build-up to this match with Miko Satomura, she was doing a lot of training, and in her promo, she's like, I've worked myself past my limits, blah, blah, blah. So if that is legitimately the storyline that she worked so hard, but she essentially, it was so exhausted she collapsed, that's great storytelling.
You know how you could tell how she passed out? Did the pass out look fake? Like when she collapsed, it looked
she
fake.
fell forward, and so she probably would have fell to her knees and backwards.
Yeah, she just fell straight forward like a plank.
Yeah,
it's probably real.
Yeah,
my guess right now is that it's real, and I hope it's not a heart thing. If it's a heart thing, I'm gonna start getting really.
No, that's very scary because she's 20, 21.
She's a baby.
Yeah. She's a baby, and what also if it, like I said, if it's a work, what they sold it really well because commentary stopped. Commentary stopped. Booker T ran into the ring. Shawn Michaels came out to help carry the stretcher into the ambulance and stuff, and that's literally how NXT ended. With no commentary and just audio.
Was it live?
Yeah, it's live. So I don't know, but the reps didn't put up the X or anything like that.
I think the X is kayfabe.
I think now because everybody knows about it.
Yeah, the X is not real anymore.
Yeah.
The X is now used for storylines.
Yeah.
If it's actually real, they use something else.
Yeah. So it was.
Get the fuck down here.
Yeah. No, it was crazy to see that. Again, if it is a work and in the storyline, bravo, bold choice, but bravo. But if it's actually she's legitimately hurt or injured, I really hope she gets a speedy recovery. What's in her favor is that she's young.
Yeah.
So
is DeMar Hamlin, and his career is over.
Yeah. Well, they still need to do a lot of testing on him, but
they should never let him play football again.
Yeah, it was just. It's also one of those freak accidents things. But we can talk about DeMar later. I watched that live. That was very scary.
It's the weirdest thing. So it's after the hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, because you can literally see his soul leaving his body essentially.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
It was wild.
And the NFL was like, let's keep playing.
Yeah, and the coaches were like, no.
How about fuck you?
Yeah. Yeah. Other things that happen in NXT that don't actually involve medical issues. Johnny Gargano has something to do WrestleMania weekend, and he's going to avenge his loss to Grayson Waller.
Yay!
So the storyline with this is that Grayson Waller has been pretty much being an asshole to Shawn Michaels. So he's pretty much being 95 Shawn Michaels to Shawn Michaels. And being a prick. And so Grayson Waller challenged Shawn Michaels to a match at Stand and Deliver. And Shawn Michaels was like, no, I'm too old. But I know someone who isn't too old, and it's Johnny Gargano. And this is great, everything coming together, because the last time we saw Johnny Gargano in NXT, Grayson Waller pretty much took him out. So this is a good coming around, and this gives Johnny Gargano something to do, because it seems like they're not ready for him up on the main roster.
Yeah, he's just... What are you going to do with him?
They have to bring back the Way. Completely. You need Indy to be up there with Dexter and Candice and Johnny to do something, and then maybe you try to curtail Theory.
Nah, you can't have Theory go back into that comedy role. No, thank you.
He could just you could have Theory come and be like, "Fuck you, I'm better than you now."
I mean, it'd be a good match them together.
Yeah.
Like rivals, not allies.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. But Johnny Gargano's Johnny does close his chapter in NXT event stage on Raw, which is perfectly fine. Last but not least on NXT for Stand and Deliver, finally they made this official. The main event, Braun Breaker, Little Steiner versus the real person who's the A-champ of the show, or former A-champ, Carmelo Hayes, are going to be fighting in the main event of NXT Stand and Deliver for the NXT Championship. This could go a bunch of ways. Carmelo Hayes was also on main event on Raw in Boston because he actually is from the Boston area, if you remember correctly, Will.
What part? Do you know?
I forgot.
I'll give it.
Go take a look. But he was there. He had a match. He posed with MVP and company. Essentially, because rumors have it that Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, he's from Framingham.
Yeah.
That might mean he's rich.
He dresses the part. So there were rumors that they might be calling Carmelo Hayes up to reform the Hurt Business with him in it, which would be good. But I'm just happy that he finally gets a chance to go for the NXT title. Because to be quite honest with you, he's a much more believable, much more fun character than Braun Breaker.
Yeah, it's not too far from me. Framingham.
From where you grew up?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited about it. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happened in wrestling. A lot of crazy stuff. We have, hopefully Roxanne Perez is okay. Hopefully Austin Theory gets mental help assistance after
And boner pills, apparently.
after totally getting eviscerated. You know what it was for me? As I go back, when he did the piped in crowd comment, I was like, Jesus Christ. It's like,
yeah, it's like, John, don't admit that.
yeah.
About anything. It's like, we know they do it, just... He did it for you too, buddy.
Oh man, the only thing that Austin Theory, not I think, but the only thing that could have helped Austin Theory is like, really, I'm a Theory. You used to be called the Prototype. The Prototype. That was your name, John. It was just sad, but listen, man, wrestling's about to get real fun in the next couple of months. You have Mania, you have King and Queen of the Ring. That's also the same weekend as another AEW pay-per-view. I want to say it's like All Out or All In or something like that.
If it's May, I think it's All Out.
I think it's All Out. Yeah, you go from King and Queen of the Ring to All Out in one weekend as well.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that's like the WrestleMania too.
Is it their WrestleMania?
I think so. I think All Out's the big one.
That is my other thing with AEW. It's like, what is your WrestleMania? Like, I don't know what is your WrestleMania?
Yeah, but even TNA had Bound for Glory.
Yes, and everybody knew that was their WrestleMania.
Even though it was more like Slammiversary was more their WrestleMania, but whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know what their like show of shows is.
Also, Slammiversary, phenomenal name for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's great. They better be holding on to that copyright forever. Slammiversary is a great name. But so is King and Queen of the Ring. I'm joking. Totally.
Too many words, dude.
It is. I can't wait till they start promoting it.
They should have called it Sandcastle. Fight for the Sandcastle.
Could you imagine if it was like a sandcastle building like wrestling tournament?
Wrestling Royalty would have been fine.
I'm gonna see you.
I'm gonna fight you at Wrestling Royalty to put on my crown. Yeah.
Maybe.
I can't wait for King Mansoir.
King Marseille.
And then they stone him.
I hate to say it, but Maximum Male Models is finding their niche right now.
Not in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know if they'll go to Saudi, but I'm just talking about their gimmick. They're finding it on Raw. They are the perfect backstage comedy segment on Raw.
They're fashion police all over again.
That's what the Evolution needs. They need to re-sign Fandango and Tyler Breeze and be the fashion police.
Dude, Johnny Curtis is an Impact, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
He might be. I know in some capacity Tyler Breeze is still signed with WWE.
I think he's an NXT coach.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good for him.
Or a trainer.
He has his own school in Florida, but he might be he could be hired as a trainer down there. Which, if so, good for him. Good, that's a good job for him.
That's why he's called Dirty Dango.
It is Dirty Dango.
Which another great name.
Dirty Dango.
I
Listen,
am Dirty Dango.
listen.
Dirty Dango.
You can say what you want about Fandango, but that's a funny dude. He's such a funny dude. Like, I'm glad he never took his job seriously.
Yeah, neither did we.
Listen, he's one of the highlights of Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
True. Facts.
Yeah, I need to rewatch those. Those always give me a good fucking laugh. But anyway, folks, that's all we have for this week in wrestling. We're under an hour.
Again?
Yeah.
I thought we had to go long today.
I thought we were too, but we kind of hit all the points without any contention. Because I think we both agreed on it.
That is true. I was like, yeah, no, you're right there. I hope it's not real. No, we kind of all agree on this one, too.
Yeah.
Fuck, let's start arguing with something. Damar Hamlin deserved it.
No. No, I don't know.
We don't want to do that one?
No. We could skip that one.
Let's see if can I think of is it racist real quick?
Leave it for the post show.
I got nothing.
Yeah, leave it for the post. There's nothing. We really don't have anything. I mean, we have a lot. We talked about a lot. We agreed upon a lot because I mean, it's all kind of cut and dry. And when wrestling's good, sometimes it's just easy to comment and talk about stuff.
Quick, show me you got nothing to complain about.
Yeah, there's really nothing to complain about in wrestling right now. Even my AEW rant of being complaining about stuff. There's not really much. It's just too much blood. Said WrestleMania is reporting from AEW Dynamite. Wardlow got smashed and grabbed, but they showed it on TV, so I think it's a work. What do you mean smashed and grabbed? Can you elaborate?
What
Fretz?
got smashed and what or who got grabbed? Well, actually, no. What and who got smashed and who and what got
grabbed? Yeah, you got to elaborate on that one for us, Fretz. I do know Wardlow is supposed to defend his TNT Championship against Powerhouse Hobbs, who won the Sonic Ring, aka the face of the Revolution ladder match.
Oh, that's like a Sonic ring.
They never changed it, so they have to go around carrying that fucking big ass ring.
God, so stupid.
Again. We could talk about this a little bit, actually, but as Fretz is trying to figure out and explain to us what Smash and Grab is. So, did you watch SmackDown or Hulu SmackDown or anything?
No, I saw some of it.
So, did you see the segment where Drew came out and he was like, I have nothing to do, so I'm going to challenge Gunther for the IC title?
Oh, yeah, him and Sheamus had a good promo.
And Sheamus was like, what the fuck?
And Drew's like, you had your chance.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then LA Knight came out, who's also over like Rover. I love LA Knight. He just knows how to get the crowd. Yeah. And then the New Day came out, and then Karrion Kross was like a member from Vice City. Came out as well. And I thought it was going to lead to a to the Intercontinental title like ladder match at Mania.
Uh-huh.
But apparently it's going to be a fatal 5-way.
Ew.
It's going to be a fatal 5-way on SmackDown this week to determine.
To see who's number one contender.
Yeah,
right.
I would have much rather liked the IC title.
I think Gunther. I think he deserves a one-on-one match at Mania.
That's fair,
dude. Like
that's fair.
I don't need participation trophies at WrestleMania.
And I think they're going away from that because there's no mention of a battle royal for men or women.
Good. Dude, not everyone should be on WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, just don't. Not everyone can be on the main card. Sorry, that's life. I had to work harder, be better, get over.
I had a conversation about what could you do if you were even going to bring the battle royals back, at Mania. And for me, I was brainstorming with Charles. Shout out to Charles, by the way. He's probably at work right now. But I was brainstorming with Charles, like, how do you make this mean something? Because the WrestleManias Battle Royals mean nothing. Look what it did for Corbin. Nothing.
Mojo Rawley.
Nothing.
Cesaro.
Yeah.
Big Show. Bray Wyatt. Or was it Matt Hardy? I don't remember.
I think it was both. Hardy. It was Matt. It was.
I think it was Matt Hardy.
It was Matt.
Jey Uso won it once.
Yeah, Carmella won. For the women, I think Bayley won one. No, Naomi won. Naomi won the first one.
Like who? I mean, if this honestly, dude, you can just have it be a dark match and just not televise it for the pre-show.
Well, it's the pre-show is like simulcast.
I know, but like you could have it on like they could just put them out there and just not televise it. It could be just for the crowd walking in.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, because the pre-show it's actually used to
To build.
they build and they show promo packages and have
Yeah.
interviews. They do a really good job on the pre-show.
Yeah, no, the WrestleMania pre-show is actually really stellar. A lot of the time.
All of the any pay-per-view I watch all the pre-shows. For the
Yeah,
pay-per-views.
the pre-show's fun.
It's like, oh, this is what happened when I wasn't watching.
Yeah, so here's what Charles and I thought of to kind of expand on that. Like, how do we make this something that's worthwhile? If you do bring the battle royals, I think you need to build to your fifth major, which is Money in the Bank, and the winner of the battle royal gets an automatic bid into the Money in the Bank ladder match for men or women.
That'd be cool.
I think that's how you make it worthwhile. So if you are going to put a bunch of people on there in a battle royal, make it for something. Like,
Yeah.
battle royals need to have incentives.
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfect incentive to make it an annual thing where you're already saying, like, hey, we're at WrestleMania, but we're going to build to Money in the Bank right now.
On the pre-show.
On the pre-show, yeah.
That's not going to be televised.
No. No, you do have to put the battle royal on kind of TV because I think it's a bet.
Well, they
it's
also
good marketing.
they also have WrestleMania SmackDown now. Remember?
Oh, the SmackDown before it's SmackDown, so that's Hall of Fame. Which, by the way, that's the other thing. Who the fuck is in the Hall
Who
of
the
Fame?
fuck is in the? I was wondering
Yeah.
that too. Who does they have announced?
Nobody.
Nobody.
It's still
Nobody.
It is still on sale for the Crypto.com arena as SmackDown / Hall of Fame.
Like, can Triple H is like, who wants to be in the Hall of Jeff? Who wants to be in the Hall? Like, nobody's in the Hall of Fame. Like, does Vince need to make some calls? Like, dude, enter the Hall of Fame. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, who is eligible to be in the Hall?
Like, everybody. Whoever they want. Literally whoever they want.
The Rock's not
Tommy
in yet,
Tommy
right?
Dreamer, you're in. The Rock's not in. Cena's not in. Orton's not in. Triple H ain't. Well, Triple H is technically in. So is, I guess, Orton. Evolution is in.
Evolution is not in, no.
So,
Batista is in but not in?
like, Triple H isn't in as an individual. Batista
Not?
was in, but, like, never made a speech. So,
Yeah.
who the fuck knows?
I don't know who goes to the Hall. Like, I don't know. Could you put in Michael Cole into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, God, please. I hope so. He deserves it.
You put Michael Cole into the Hall. I don't know. I mean, Booker T is already in the Hall. Shit, dude.
Psycho Sid?
Do you really want to sit through a Psycho Sid speech?
Yeah, I do. Ken Shamrock?
Ken would be cool. I think I like Ken Shamrock would be cool. Ken Shamrock was still wrestling until like 2021, 2022.
Yeah. Shane would be cool.
Shane would be good. Who put Shane in all? Who does a speech?
Oh, probably Steph.
That makes sense. Isn't Bam Bam's not in the Hall?
Bam Bam's dead. But yeah.
Well, I mean, so was Vader when he went in.
Yeah.
Who else? There's no mention of the Hall of Fame. There's no mention of the Warrior Award recipient at all.
Nothing.
No celebrity.
Nothing.
Like, it's kind of concerning. Is it going to be a surprise?
They could do Lex Luger. That's not a bad pick either.
Luger would be good. I think Luger's done his time. Like,
Well, he's more of a WCW Hall of Famer, but yeah, that counts.
they own WCW.
Liger, sure. Oh, Muda. They could do Muda too.
Great Muda is also an idea. Yeah.
They could do Brian. Well, if Brian Pillman's wife wants him to, there might be a problem with the family.
Is there? I mean, I know Brian Pillman died, but was it like?
He humiliated her on public television the next night.
Oh, yeah.
Vince McMahon interviewed her in the ring. She's like, "What are you gonna do with your children now?"
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the next night, live on TV,
Yeah.
he interviewed his widow.
Yeah. Yeah, Vince.
Really, really weird.
Yeah.
Really, it was really weird.
Vince loves to push the envelope, man. Sometimes too much.
I think Vince was want to say, "So you don't blame me, right?"
Yeah. That's right. But who else could go into the Hall?
Chris Benoit, have you heard of him?
No.
Really good guy from Canada.
No, I think his name's redacted somewhere. Is Kane in?
Kane was in last year.
That's right. No, he wasn't.
2 years.
Kane was in the pandemic year.
Whatever.
Yeah. Can't say Kane, Taker, Foley's, and Terry Funk's in, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. He should be.
Yeah. Terry Funk. I'm running. Rikishi's in. I know that. Jake's in. I'm trying to just run through people. Bob Holly is not going into the Hall of Fame. I don't give a damn. Fuck Bob Holly.
Val Venus.
Listen, I know Val's kind of a weird guy now.
William Regal.
That's good because then he can make a public appearance and not be like,
Yeah.
and then have Tony Khan not throw a hissy fit.
Umaga, you could do Umaga.
Umaga would be cool.
Fit Finley.
Yes. Fit Finley. What about Hornswoggle? Is Hornswoggle Hall of Fame worthy enough? Swoggle?
Yeah, dude, he's a midget who lasts like a decade. Yeah, for sure.
He was on the New Day podcast once. He has great stories.
He does. He does have great stories.
Johnny Saint. Johnny Saint would be cool.
Dude, John Laurinaitis. Johnny Ace.
No way.
He gets the Warrior Road for taking the bullet for Vince.
No way. No way it's Johnny
He took
Ace.
the fall for Vince McMahon. He gets the Warrior Award.
No way.
Thanks, pal.
What about? All right, here's a one that I don't know we'll agree on.
We need tag team too.
D'Lo Brown.
Not a chance.
I'm just
What did
pointing
D'Lo
out.
do other than being a supporting character in the nation?
He's one of the greatest European champions of all time.
Yeah, that's not saying much. I was the tallest kid in kindergarten.
Listen, there have been some great European champions. John Cena's not going into the Hall this year. I want John Cena to go into the Hall of Fame and have The Rock be the one to introduce him.
No, dude, Nikki Bella, obviously. His beautiful bride.
Not anymore.
Or, you know what? Mrs. Dad needs to do it. Maurice. Maurice needs to be a Hall of Famer.
Can Maurice be in the Hall of? I mean, speaking of women, the hell's your...
Put her in as a manager, for fuck's sake, then.
Yeah, no, Mickey James.
Yes, for sure.
Mickey James should be in the Hall of Fame.
100%. Inducted by Layla and Michelle McCool. Piggy James! Piggy!
Now, if anybody's inducting Mickey, it's probably not
Trish.
It's probably Trish. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not Nick Aldis. He's not in WWE yet.
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy who clearly we've missed the boat on?
Who is this and why is he so fucking handsome?
Yeah.
Carlito. The Bushwhackers are in, all right?
Okay, all right, fine. Crash.
They renamed the All Atlantic title to the International title.
My God.
Interesting.
Oh my God, AEW.
Good one, guys. That'll make it better. That won't be at all confusing. It's called like the Intercontinental title.
Well, remember when we looked at the All Atlantic title the first time, and it had
like 6 countries weren't in the Atlantic that were represented. Yeah. Why is Japan on here?
Exactly. Why?
Like, you might as well call it the Pacific West Coast title.
Who is in their creative team that comes up with these names? They all need to be fired.
You guys know Rusev is from a landlocked country, right?
Oh my God! Like, who is in their creative? Like, just horrible. Orange Cassidy versus Double J for the international titles.
I hope Double J wins and shits all over it.
Ain't I great?
No, you suck, bro. You've always been bad. You have never been great, ever.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez, the international title. My God, AEW. Why do you do this to yourselves? Why do you do this
Hey,
to
we have something to bitch and complain about on the show.
Oh my God. You did say we need a legendary tag team to go in?
Yeah, dude, we got tag teams.
Oh, jeez.
I guess the Hardy Boys.
My God, if they can leave the state of North Carolina.
True.
Edge and Christian aren't in.
Teams? Edge and Christian are not in. That's true.
Edge and Christian as a team should go in too as well.
Agreed, for sure. Deuce and
The
Domino.
natural disaster. Stop it, Fred. Fred, I should block you for saying the natural disaster.
Yeah, dude, Deuce and Domino.
What about the if Billy Gunn wasn't under contract? Let's say, what about the New Age Outlaws?
They're already in.
Are we? Oh, as DX. Okay,
I think they're in as tag teams as well.
maybe.
What about Eddie and Ray?
As a tag team?
You want their tag team?
No.
Los Guerreros. How about Los Guerreros? Eddie and
Well, it's Rey Mysterio,
Carlito?
not Rey Guerrero.
True. Weren't Los Guerreros a tag team? Was Eddie and Chavo?
Ah, yes, Eddie and Chavo were.
The
Yes.
fact that I can't remember, I think sums it up for me.
What about the Spirit Squad?
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. The Spirit Squad deserves to be in there. Or what was Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury? MNN?
I don't know.
Mercury Nitro? MNN. They have Melina with them.
Nigel McGuinness?
Nigel McGuinness is a good one.
Nigel McGuinness is
Sure.
a good one.
Nigel McGuinness is a good one.
Great guy, too. Great guy.
Not the Headbangers. Fred.
Yes,
Stop
yes,
right now.
yes. You listen. The Bushwhackers can go in. The Headbangers can go in.
God, I'd rather have Choppy PP Kai and Tai. Oh, you know what? I'd rather. You know what?
Actually,
I'd rather
Taka
have?
Michinoku should go in. He was fucking great for his
Absolutely
time.
not. You know, I'd rather have the Frets, who are like the Iranian like drill sergeant people with not Johnny Ace. Don Callis was in it. They all wore
What?
green and the red berets.
Wait,
in 1998.
When was this?
Frets, you know what I'm talking about. Kurgan was in it, whatever his name was.
What about? All right. Speaking of Kurgan, or I don't know what his brother. What about Raven and his flock?
Truth Commission. The Truth Commission. Wow. They were fucking awful. You know what? Put the ICP in his celebrities.
No, fuck that. Put in right to censor.
Oh, what about the Godwins?
The Godwins aren't in.
No, they were terrible. They had a slop drop as a finish. They were just hillbillies.
Yeah, but they're the Undertaker's
Phineas
friends.
O and Phineas.
Phineas and Henry.
Phineas I and Phineas I and Henry O. Pig and Hog.
Yeah, aka friends with the Undertaker.
Yes.
That's how they remain relevant. Goldust should go in. I don't know.
Goldust should
It's
go in.
fucking Hollywood. He's supposed to be a Hollywood like
Yeah,
star.
Goldust should
Goldust
go in.
should
And
have-
Cody's gonna win. You know, if you want to get Cody over even more,
Yeah.
have him induct Goldust.
Why not? This is the perfect time to bring in Goldust. That actually might be holding him back. He might not be able. No, because he would just be showing up as Goldust, so you couldn't be like, oh, it's Dustin Rhodes, blah blah blah. But Goldust, essentially, arguably the greatest mid-card talent of all time, Goldust.
Yeah, he only couldn't get over more because the crowd kept chanting faggot at him.
At a time.
Yeah, and they got a lot of hate mail, and censors weren't happy. Like, a lot of people weren't happy with the Goldust character because it was the 90s.
Listen, yeah, that's true. But he had one of those. He had the. Here's the thing: Goldust should be inducted this year into Hollywood because he also had one of the greatest WrestleMania matches ever, the Hollywood Backlot match.
Oh, with Piper?
With Piper. It's so good. It's awesomely bad. Put it that way.
It was really funny. Yeah, Frets, they let Flair be inducted as a Horseman when he was in TNA, and TNA had a pick of the roster. They could pick anyone on the roster to make an appearance, and Dixie Carter chose Christian. They could have had John Cena. She went with Christian.
I'm gonna take Christian. Okay.
Bruce Pritchard was just like, okay, you don't want anyone like you want someone else with them. We kind of feel bad. The O.J. Simpson chase match, yes, Fred.
Yes, it is the O.J. Simpson chase
They
match.
actually used footage from the O.J. trial, and Jerry the King Law was like, "This looks familiar." Jerry the King Law just completely no-sold it.
That should be Goldust should be the highlight this year. You ever hear about how Goldust became like a thing?
Probably, I don't remember though.
So Vince McMahon was pitching Goldust to Dustin, because Dustin had gone under like Dustin Rhodes for like fucking forever and a day. He was just a good old boy from Texas, because that's really all Dustin is. He's a good old boy from Texas, and he's like, "Yeah, you're androgynous," and he's like, "All right." He in the interview goes, "I had no idea what androgynous meant."
Didn't know the meaning of the word.
Yeah, and he had to go look it up, and then he figured it out.
He's like, damn it. What did I just agree to?
Listen, it should be Goldust and Terry as a duo, because they were an iconic duo for a while.
Yes, Terry. Yeah, no, Marlena should 1,000% go in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were a sight to see for a long time.
She got away with smoking a cigar on TV for like a decade.
A giant one. It was like bigger than her.
Yeah. Goldust was just like, that's how big my cock is.
Listen, Goldust is pure wrestling. If Goldust goes
God,
to...
I gotta start doing Goldust things to Jazz on the apartment. Goldust.
Just rub your chest. Oh my god, you'll be TikTok famous if you do that for as long as... Yeah. For no reason. Booker T should induct Goldust, because Book Dust as a tag team was hysterical.
Book Dust was really funny.
Oh my god, yeah, I think so. If we're doing our Hall of Fame class, we have Goldust, Goldust and Marlena maybe.
You could put the Click in. Make put Triple H in again, and Shawn Michaels,
Why
and
not?
Kevin Nash.
Why not? Right?
And Sean Waltman, and then posthumously, what's her name? What's his name? Scott Hall.
Yeah. Oh, Mae Young's hand should be a Hall of Famer. I totally agree.
I love how the hand was white too.
That was really...
It was so white. Mark Henry's like, I'm a daddy.
Honestly, that's one of those things where I would love to show a non-wrestling fan that storyline without context.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you go, this is not why I watch it, but it's why I show you it.
That might be one of the funniest storylines in the history of wrestling.
It might be. It's got to be up there.
It's gotta be birth to a fucking hands. How did this get on TV? Well, the owner of the company thought it was fucking funny, and guess what?
God, Vince Russo should be in the Hall of Fame for that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So should like a handful of. I say this every year. Referees.
Yeah, we should do a referee. Kyoto at some point when he retires.
Both Hebners, Tim
Both
White,
Hebners,
Little
Tim
H.
White. Tim White will unfortunately have to go in posthumously. Do you put Nick Patrick in?
Yes.
I fucking hated Nick Patrick, but okay.
He was like the first actual heel ref.
Yeah, I hated Nick Patrick with a burning passion.
Yeah.
Patrick was such a dick. Oh, Little Nate.
Yeah, I said Little Nate.
Yeah, Little Nate should go in. Brian, not Earl Hebner, Frets?
Ring announcers.
Oh, yeah.
Lillian.
Lillian should go in. I think Lillian would be great.
Justin Roberts should get in eventually.
Eventually. He's got a lot more time.
Yeah, he's a baby.
He's a lot of time. Who was the guy that did Edge's entrance? He said the rated R. Tony Chimmel.
Super. Tony Chimmel.
Tony Chimmel, definitely.
Yeah, he should go in for sure.
Fink.
The Fink's already in.
That's right, he is in. Yeah, no, I think Lillian would be a great addition. Lillian Garcia, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, we can now we've gone an hour 20. Good. Perfect, right on time. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
We'll continue this Hall of Fame discussion when they announce the Hall of Fame, which might actually be never. But we'll figure it out.
They're just not going to do it. But until they do.
Hit that music, please. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 331, Word Life Theory. Say goodbye to Austin Theory because that career is over. He's going to come back as Austin San Miguel, although he cannot be Stone Cold Steve Austin. But until then, he'll have to figure it out post-Mania because nothing really matters for him anymore. I've been your host, King Ricky Rose. You can formally find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. And if you're listening to us, make sure you are listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio on Twitter at addict_wrestle and everywhere else at Wrestle Addict Radio. All one word. The links to all of that stuff are in the description below. It's been a fun week of wrestling. It's going to be a crazy ride all the way through Mania and then some. Wrestling is literally going global from this point on, and it's a lot of fun. Just AEW, please stop bleeding and please stop changing the names of your titles. Will Tarashak.
Yeah, it's called the blood title. It's blue, and then once you defend it, it turns red because another rumor it's like it needs oxygen and it turns red.
There you go.
That's why your veins are blue because your blood's blue. It's totally not true, but prove it. Because the thing is, once it's air, it turns red.
Yeah.
So you can't prove it wrong.
Yes.
So good luck. My name's Will Tarash, T.S. and Thomas, ARASHUK. You want to support me, it's shoot me an email, will@apspodcast.com to be on Talking with Tarashuk. You want to give a donation, go to GoFundMe, type in Ambiguous Podcast Solutions, and help us raise some cash, because got a few grand in debt. So yeah, help a brother out.
Yeah. Help us out. Buy some merch, make some donations, give us money because you love us. Because we love you. When we come back next week, I think we're gonna have a guest host. I'm in talks with 2 people to bring on as guests as we lead into WrestleMania season stuff. There are gonna be some fun guests too. One's a big Moxley fan.
I reached out to someone and he left me on red. So that was
Wow, left you on red. Jesus, probably.
he's a busy man.
Slack is not busy. Shut the fuck up.
It's the Slack let me on red. I'd say his name.
That's very true. So until next week, when we figure all of this out yet again, and maybe we find out who's in the Hall of Fame, probably not. But we'll see you soon, folks. Goodbye and good night. And oh yeah, fuck you, Slack.
Midnight music.
This was the best tweet that I saw this week, probably.
Let me see.
It's the Ryan Popolo was like, here's a picture of John Cena's promo on Austin Theory, and it was the picture of Vince Carter dunking over the 7-footer in the Olympics. This episode over, but you heard his crowd singing his theme at Revolution. Oh my god. Oh, Will, you might want to invest in 2K23. WWE 2K23.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
They just released yesterday a 1-hour walkthrough of GM mode. And
I'm probably gonna buy it. I stopped playing 22 so I could buy 23. So
yeah,
I
no.
might as well just fucking buy it.
Yeah, no. The GM mode is fucking nuts right now. They really upped the ante with GM mode. Let me see if I can explain like some of the features. So GM mode, you can play with 4 people now. So it's not just like you playing against you can play up to 4 people.
Ooh.
And it's a multiple season thing. So each season's like 25 weeks or something like that.
Right.
The number of GMs have expanded. So Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze, because they do my GM on YouTube. They're in the game as GMs. Adam Pearce is back. Sonya Deville is back. Stephanie McMahon is back. They added Kurt Angle as a GM.
Ooh.
They added Mick Foley as a GM.
Ooh.
And they also added in another universe, probably your father, Eric Bischoff.
There we go.
As a GM. And you can choose between 4 different shows: Raw, SmackDown, Original NXT, NXT 2.0. Oh, there's 5 different shows. Original NXT, NXT 2.0, or you can also this year do WCW.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You have the option to up your budget from like 2.75 to like almost 4 million, I think, to start out with.
15 million.
No. You can also do you can draft in like a snake order.
That's cool.
There's more cards you can use. There's a whole bunch of different the matches. They expanded the match card. Or style of matches. So you can do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, triple threat, or fatal 4-way. Then you have your regular match, your tables, your Extreme Rules, your TLC, your Hell in a
They
Cell.
had war games?
They also had a war game. I'm talking about for GM mode only.
Oh.
So in the match, you can do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, triple threat, or fatal 4-way for anything. And then you have what was it? Then your different matches for all of those configurations. You can do 1-on-1. You can do a regular match, title match, obviously, tables, TLC, Extreme Rules, Hell in a Cell. They added Steel Cage. They added Backstage Brawl. They added Iron Man match. They added Last Man Standing. And they also added Tornado Tag.
Like, thank God for tornado tag.
As your different match features, as your different matches you can do. It's pretty crazy. And like, you know how in the first one you can do all the different you can open up all the different arenas and
Hang on.
stuff?
There we go.
Oh, you know how you can do all the different arenas and shit?
Uh huh.
Yeah, so now all of the logistics in the arenas for GM mode don't open up they don't open up at the end of one season. So some arenas, so like the big open air stadium, you can't get until like season 4.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Listen, dude, it's wildly crazy. I'll have to send you I'll have to send you the video of it. But it's crazy. But yes, Frets, maybe we'll do a War Room GM mode. Just play on like a weekly basis. Because what you can do, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually play it with probably Charles, because Charles and I both have PS5, and PS5 you do share play. So essentially I can play Charles's game from my house.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like screen mirroring, essentially. Because that's when we played GM mode the first time. So like Charles can buy the game, and then he can share play it with me, and then I can take control of his PlayStation from my PlayStation.
Science rules, dude. Science rules.
Yeah,
Is
but-
it a cross-platform? Like, can we play together? I'm on PC.
No, that's the one thing they need to do. Like, I want them to do... GM mode's not online yet. Like, I want them to do an online GM mode. Because essentially what they're creating is a dynasty mode.
Yeah. Yeah. In due time.
Because, like, if that was the case, I would totally be like, yeah, me, you, Charles, and, like, Frets. We'll do a 4-on-4
Yeah,
GM mode.
we could just all hop in Discord and play together.
Yeah, Discord chat, yeah. And just go fucking bananas. Do you know how intense that draft would be?
Gotta be incredible. We could televise it. We would literally start the WEA.
Oh, yeah. No, but it's fantastic. I'm very excited for this. I'm also very excited to watch The Mandalorian when I'm done.
See, the episode 1 was fine. It was just a setup episode. It's like, hey, here's where we are.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Nothing really happens, but it was cool.
I saw that. I heard episode 2 is kind of wild.
I mean, the show's incredible. Like, I got no issue with the show. I forgot it was on tonight.
Yeah, it's Wednesdays because you know what? They double dip because the Bad Batch is still on.
That is true.
But the Bad Batch is ending, so by like episode 4 of the Bad Batch will be over.
Dude, fucking Last of Us is about to end. Thank God. It's like all my TV shows came back all at once. It's like, hey, Bill Maher's back. Great. John Oliver's back. All right. Last of Us is amazing. Fuck. Oh, by the way, Mando's back. God damn it. Plus all the wrestling and all the YouTube and still trying to watch Naruto. And it's like, well, now that Mando's back, I want to get back Clone Wars. So it's like, damn it. I watched an episode of Clone Wars and it's a real struggle.
What are you on, season 4?
Almost. End of season 3.
Okay. It's getting better at this point.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah. I love the world building he did in Clone Wars. You're like, oh, this all makes sense now. You also get to see how much of an asshole Anakin is.
That and is how stupid some people outside of Ahsoka are. Like they love starting Ahsoka with stupid people to make her look smart.
Have you met Hondo yet?
What's up?
Have you met Hondo?
I think so.
I'm Hondo. He's like the pirate guy that they always kind of partner with. Even though he's kind of a dick, but he knows his shit.
I'm sure. I watch that show so sporadically, it's hard to remember names.
You'd remember Hondo. Hondo's a dope character. Hondo's very memorable. I know you've already saw Cad Bane.
Yeah, Cad Bane's a badass. He's a really cool character.
Yeah, his
Like,
opinion.
you know what Star Wars needs? A cowboy gunslinger who's blue.
Yeah, he was a badass in the first couple of seasons. Oh, you're still in season 4. It gets pretty crazy. Especially
The last episode I watched, Ahsoka like tried to like save this dude who like wanted to assassinate Dooku by getting captured using the Death Squad, and it just didn't work because he's a fucking idiot. It's like, I know. Let's go to the terrorist organization to kill a terrorist. Good idea.
Was it Death Squad or Death Watch?
Death Watch. So all the Mandalorians.
Yeah. Some of the Mandalorians. The more you watch Clone Wars, the more you'll understand the Mandalorian shows.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of backstory and plot.
I do like in Mando, in the first episode of his season of Mandalorian, he is like, yo, that bot IG-11, can we bring him back? He's like, he's dead. Can we bring him back?
They're like, what? You have his parts. Like, it's a droid. So the answer is yes. That's a statue. It's like, but those are his parts. Yeah, but he's more of a simple Apollo.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, by the way, I saw Creed 3 this weekend. Or last weekend.
I've heard it's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. It might be my favorite one. My favorite of the Creed movies.
Yes, CinemaSins roasted the first Rocky, which I thought was pretty funny.
Did they really?
Yeah, they're like, why is Rocky like abusive to Adrian? He's just taking advantage of this girl. He's a little rapey. Why is he rapey? And Paulie's a dick. And like, this movie isn't that good. And I was like, damn, it really goes in hard.
And it won Best Picture in '76, right?
It did, I believe. Mm-hmm. Sylvester was nominated for the Best Actor as well.
You know what's funny? Sylvester Stallone is fucking... Sylvester Stallone owns no rights to Rocky.
I know, that's why he's not in the new one, because he hates the producer or whatever.
Yeah. Which, tough shit. You made a bad... You sold it thinking it was not going to be anything. Now look what happened to you. Although Creed 3 is like the directorial debut of Michael B. Jordan. And I could say he did a really good job.
Yeah, big fan of Michael B. Jordan.
He's really good.
That kid from The Wire had us going pretty far.
I didn't know he was on The Wire. I know him from other products when he was younger.
Dude, he was a teenager on The Wire.
He did Friday Night.
He was a really good character on The Wire. Dude, watch The Wire.
Yeah. I went to college in The Wire.
I know. Watch it again.
Watch it from a safe place.
Yeah. No, watch it from your college campus.
No, I first remember him. He was on Friday Night Lights, the latter end of that show. And he also did Fruitvale Station.
Fruitvale Station is when I first saw him. Mm-hmm. And like right after the movie came out, and I was like, oh, this fucking kid is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he's fucking badass. And then people like really start recognizing him after he did Killmonger in Black Panther. He was the movie in Black Panther.
Yeah, he was way better than T'Challa.
Yeah, they were opposites of each other, but he was like, damn it, he has a point.
Such a good point. He's like, I got fucked here. And he's like, well, yeah. You did. You were quite correct, but I'm going to stop you. Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, no, he's good. You didn't see Wakanda Forever yet, did you?
Nope.
Still holding out.
Yeah.
I feel like every time you're going to try to watch, you're going to end up getting pink eye.
Probably.
You're just not meant to see it. Not meant to see it at all. But no, I can't wait for 2K. I'm actually about to pre-order because it comes out next week. Is that 2K23?
It comes out next week?
Yeah, March 17th.
Shit.
What did you know? Because they changed the
I thought it's coming out in April.
They changed the release date. They want to release it right like the month before Mania. It makes sense, dude.
It does make sense.
It makes so much sense.
'Cause I'm probably gonna buy it. In fact, I'm gonna buy it.
You don't want to pre-order and play as Bad Bunny?
No, I don't care. I don't pre-order games out of principle.
What's up?
I don't pre-order games out of principle.
Understandable.
It's like, you guys should just give me the game.
I get that, but no, it was good because when they did Access, I haven't even mentioned anything about Access this year either. Because when I was at Access last year, they had like a bunch of couches and TVs so everybody can play 2K23, 2K22.
Access is in the homeless camp.
and and they had the game on sale there too. That's why they also did it. Because it's smart. You go to Access and
And you just buy the game and play it when you get home.
exactly, yep. It's another way to steal your money, and WWE is good at taking all of your fucking money.
They're really good at taking. They're so good at making money. It's crazy how good they are at making money.
Yeah. Yeah, like it is. Oh my god, it is nuts.
Like, it needs to be studied.
It does actually. How do we continue? Like, if they held if they held some sort of like course or something, like how we make money, I'd sign up.
They're marketing professionals, man. Professionals.
Their marketing team.
Marketing is really hard.
There's a science to it.
There is.
It's a weird science, but it's a science. Let me see. I'm reading up on GM mode. They're not saying much about this. Everything you learn about WWE 2K22's GM mode. Yeah, there are 5 new general managers. So the general managers are Pierce, DeVille, Shane, and Stephanie are there. When you have Xavier, Tyler, Eric Bischoff, Kurt Angle, and Mick Foley. Let me see. New match types, so I can see if I can write this off correctly.
God, is it going to be $70?
Yeah, but I'm not paying $70 for it because I'm going to just use all of my Xbox points and get a $25 gift card and just pay the difference.
Dude, if it's $70, I'm not buying it. That's what they get all the way for it to go on
For
sale.
PC?
Yeah. Let me look.
Thanks. Oh, you can also do submission match too. Oh, I also saw a video of 2K23 that Cody Rhodes has 2 different entrances.
Interesting.
They have the regular entrance he does on like Raw and SmackDown, and they gave him the Cody Vader, as they call it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Oh, it's $60. Okay, good.
Okay, you're fine. So there's also submission match in there too as well.
The game does look very pretty.
No, it does. I'm excited to play War Games. I'm excited to do my GM mode. I want to do all of this. And I already pre-installed MLB The Show 2K, MLB The Show 2023. Because
It's like all their DLC is just pretty much character skins. Like, what's the point?
For MLB or for WWE?
WWE. MLB, I'm also tempted to buy that, too, because it looks... I saw that they adding the Negro League players. I'm like, oh, that's dope.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a special pack or a special edition of the game.
Ooh.
Where they added in a bunch of the Negro League legends.
Wow. That's going to be fucking amazing.
Which they did in MVP 05. They had, like, Satchel Paige and, like, some of the big ones.
But didn't have, like, everybody.
Yeah, no, of course not. This is gonna be more expansive, which is just like, get ready for some funky names.
But I love
like
it.
Three fingers Bill or something.
Do you remember the Chappelle Show skit when he did the And One mixtape for different sports?
No, no, I
You've
don't.
never seen it?
I've definitely seen it. I just don't remember it.
He was like, what did we do? Because that was when the And One mixtape was like the craziest thing out on TV. He's like, what if we did that for all these other sports? So he called himself like, it was like Roscoe Gutterball Jenkins, and he was like a street ball bowler. You've got to find it. I might have to send it to you. It's so...
Yeah, send it to me. I was thinking of the skit where it's like, if the internet was a place. I was thinking of that one today. And he's walking by, like, the pop-ups, the ads, the real estate.
Stop it with the pop-ups. Oh my god.
All the porn, he just comes out, I was like, nice. The internet was place was so funny because it's still
It's still that
accurate
same
today.
place, yeah.
Like they need to remake that one. So you just go into the Twitter room, you just can't hear anything.
Oh,
There's so much yelling and screaming.
oh, by the way, they released the Starfield got its release dates fucking finally.
When is it?
September 6th.
This year?
Yes, this year.
Fuck me, dude. It's too much. I don't have time to play all these games.
September, dude. You have 6 months. And apparently we're gonna do our own like developer direct video in June where they're gonna like show off the game and show all the shit you can do.
There's so many games I still though. I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy and Assassin's Creed and Lord of the Rings Online right now. Like I can't
How
do
do you
all
have
this.
time for anything else?
I don't. I don't. Actually, I don't have a podcast this week. I'm not recording one this week.
Because you're playing Hogwarts Legacy, probably.
No, the fucking guy canceled.
Oh, really?
I
That
had
sucks.
I had to take the week off. So it's like I have all this free time now. What do I do?
Nice.
I'm like beside myself. What the fuck do I do?
Play more?
I guess that's what I've been doing. Great. I should do this more often. Fuck this podcast. Talking with who? Who cares?
Yeah, this is the one. This is a really shitty. This is really shitty. So he does 3 of them. It's like Reggie Gutterballs. There's one he calls himself Ronnie Fielder's Choice Banks. He does the and one a mixtape for baseball. Oh, it's fucking rich. I'll send you this really shitty, like someone's clearly recorded it.
So the same thing is though, for how I play MLB The Show, 2K22 is still like in date.
I get that.
Like I'm still playing my franchise and fantasy draft. So it's like, who cares if the rosters are out of date? It doesn't
I
matter.
might touch franchise this year in 2K, in MLB 2K. Because I've been I'm pretty heavy on Road to the Show.
Well, I play Road to the Show like every now and then. I think Road to the Show is fun. It's just kind of...
You know what it is? I kept on trying to play towards like the big mega contracts. But I didn't have enough years until I can do that. Like, you had to...
Right.
So I'd always have to go to, like, arbitration or something like that.
I don't remember this skit.
You don't?
No, I don't. He pulls his pants down. I love Darnell Rollins. The guy's so funny.
I'm rich, bitch. Darnell Rollins is amazing.
He's really funny.
He is really funny.
This is fucking ridiculous. The and one mix. I don't remember this.
It's so good.
He's doing the moonwalk.
Oh my god.
He's playing tennis. Kenny baseline sim.
It's so good.
Kenny baseline sim. It's the greatest name I've ever heard. I almost want to change my Discord name to Kenny Baseline Sim.
Oh man, I miss Chappelle's show, man.
They shouldn't bring it back, though.
No, it'll lose its luster.
Like, he could still do it. He'd piss everyone off, but he could do it and just release it on YouTube.
He could. He could.
Like, and it would still be excellent, dude. The guy is tiny. His comedy has never been better.
Yeah, no, he just got it. It was great.
And one mixtape.
You know how Chappelle's comedy is so good, like that clip is over like 10, 15 years old. and it's still
I know.
funny as fuck. Like, Chappelle's on a level of, like, Richard Pryor. You ever listen to Richard Pryor?
Occasionally, his stuff is a little dated because that's all comedy is. Mm-hmm. But
He's still fucking funny.
He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes Eddie Murphy in the 80s was really fucking funny.
Eddie Murphy now is still funny. He hasn't aged a day.
A little bit, but yeah.
I mean, I know black don't crack, but god damn, Eddie, like there's nothing.
Long Island's
no cracks.
Long Island's finest, baby. Or one of Long Island's finest. Doctor says.
Fucking old couch.
Oh my god, Robin Williams standalone. Robin Williams was hilarious, but he's still not as funny as Dave. I'm sorry. Like, I love Robin Williams, but Dave Chappelle will have me like crying on the floor.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle was my favorite comedian of all time. It was Carlin, but since Chappelle came back, it's Chappelle, Carlin, and then Louis.
Carlin was just smart. He just happened to be a comedian.
He was just right about everything.
Yeah, he just happened to be a comedian. You know, which is really funny. You know how I first remembered seeing George Carlin?
I don't get in the plane, I get on the plane.
He would know.
I don't get on the plane, I get in the plane.
No, he was for me growing up, he was the conductor on Thomas the Tank Engine.
That's hilarious.
I'm serious, he was.
I didn't know that.
That's how I first remember seeing George Carlin. Then one day he became a foul-mouthed comedian. I was like, conductor?
What a turn. What a heel turn.
Yeah, right.
Die, Carlin, die.
That's what all you son of bitches said to me. Oh, Carlin's fucking phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. But anyway, it's 10 o'clock. Let's get out of here.
Yep, time to go, ladies and germs. Everything's uploaded.
Awesome. Frets, we'll see you another time, and hopefully we'll have some guests and everything. Oh, yeah.
Later, booby.
Oh, Titus is good, too. Always check out Titus. Titus is great. He has a great podcast, too, Frets. You should listen to that. But anyway, folks, later. Powerhouse loves one of
Midnight music.